Alrighty everyone, welcome back. We are getting started with Elden Ring this time with the Colossal Sword Run. Figured we'd go ahead and get started with the origin being Vagabond. That is just like the knight class in Dark Souls 3. Just like their standard knight class in any of the games really. Just Golden Seed is our keepsake because why not? I don't really find the keepsakes to be that helpful in this game. Like we could have Lands Between Rune, I guess, but I mean, Elden Ring has a lot of farming anyway, so we're gonna have to grind runes at some point. So I don't really consider that really worth it. This time we went ahead and named our character Guts, just because, you know, it's a huge greatsword. We gotta name it after like the OG, you know. I found the best Guts sliders I could find on the internet, so that is our boy. Alright, in this run, we should have 16-ish greatswords. I say ish solely because there is the final greatswords that are the greatswords of Radahn, and there's two of them, but it's basically the same weapon. If you know what it is, you know what it is. It's like the same thing, except the Ashes of War are different, with the like light and heavy versions of the weapons you can get. So I believe it's technically 16, but like really it's kind of 15. To be honest, even those two weapons would probably have more uniqueness about them than like half the shit in DS3, which is kind of just very similar built. Well, we did not beat the Grafted Scion, hate to tell you. So despite me liking Dark Souls 3 like ever so slightly more than Elden Ring, I gotta tell you, I am like way more comfortable with this game just because I have, you know, triple the amount of hours in it. And I do think this game is like objectively better than DS3. I just have like my own personal attachments to it. So despite me playing this game before that, I feel like my game looks a little different. I don't know what my settings are at. Everything seems kind of washed out. Not really sure why. It's been a while since I've played Elden Ring. I say a while, I mean it's been like 2 months, but my roommates have been using my computer to play Elden Ring so they could do seamless co-op together, because one of my roommates has the game and one of them doesn't. So they've had like their mods that they've been using installed, but they've taken so long to beat this game that I just kind of said screw it and try to set my stuff back up. So I think I probably have like a graphics thing happening that I wasn't really intending. Now for this run, I have all the Remembrance bosses written down, but I'm gonna be honest, I don't know if we'll end up actually fighting every Remembrance. I will probably do all the DLC ones, but a lot of the base game ones take a long time to get to, and they're just kind of underwhelming, like considering the amount of time it takes to get to it. Like what the Lich Dragon Putrescent, it kind of comes to mind, where it's like you gotta do like basically an entire side quest just to get to it, and at the end of the day it's just another dragon fight. Like there's nothing there that we wouldn't get fighting like Placidusax, which even though it has an annoying run back, you don't gotta do an entire quest line, so I'd consider that a W. I think I want to head down and grab the Zwinehander first. That's a ultra great sword that I very much enjoy. I'm gonna mix up and call them ultra great swords instead of colossal swords, just because I get them mixed up with what they call them in Dark Souls. It's gonna be like in my great sword video where I called the skills in that game Ashes of War the entire time. I'm gonna end up calling colossal swords ultra great swords. Sorry. Oh, and I should get this out of the way now. For mods that I am using, as you can see clearly, I'm using a mod to speed up Torrent. It's going at like 1.5 times speed. That's just for my sake. I play this game a lot, and it would be cool if I could play it efficiently. Then I have a few just kind of who cares mods, like I have like a frame rate unlocker, I don't know, like a color correction one, which I don't think is working right now, which is why the colors seem a little washed out. I'll try to get that sorted after this session, but the big one that I imagine some people will probably have a little bit of a problem with is I am running the Great Rune Overhaul mod, which debatably, I mean not even debatably, it just kind of makes the game easier. But that's not really why I use it. I just think it's fun, and I personally don't care for how how the Great Rune system is in this game. It's like, honestly, the Great Rune system's probably my biggest complaint with the game. Like, full stop. It's like the one system I would completely overhaul. But yeah, this kind of solves my issues I have with it. Basically, if you've never heard of it, it gives all of the Great Runes passives as kind of an alternative to like using a rune arc. You can still use rune arcs, but I probably just won't. Basically, my biggest problem with how it works in vanilla, it's like rune arcs are so rare for no reason in this game. Like, I did a all bosses playthrough like a little over a year ago. But yeah, basically I did an all bosses run, which wasn't like an all remembrance boss run. So it wasn't like all 200 something bosses. It was just like the big ones. At the end of that playthrough, I found like 9 rune arcs, which is insane. Like in comparison, like my average Dark Souls 3 run, I'm ending the game with like mid to late 20s, which I know it doesn't sound like that much, but I don't know. Like, I don't want to grind for rune arcs. And like, they're pretty rare buys off merchants. There's like a grinding spot pretty early on, and it's just killing rats, and I don't find that fun. I just wish for a game as big as this, they made them way more common. I feel like I'm doing a very poor job explaining how that works, but it's basically like how in the base game, in the vanilla game, I mean, when you get Godrick's Great Rune, you can put it on, and then when you use a rune arc, you get a +5 to all your stats. I think everyone's familiar with that one. But in this, I have a passive that instead of using a rune arc to get those +5, I don't have to use a rune arc or have it equipped, but all of my stats will get a +1. As a passive. So that's kind of like the trade-off. Like, they're not going to be as strong as effects, but there is going to be an effect. So like by end game, I'm going to have like 6 passive effects just permanently on my character, basically. And I know some people might have an issue with that, but I got 1100 hours in this game. I think I've earned a pass. It's time for me to have fun now. But if you're the kind of person that doesn't really care about that and you just like games to be fun, I'd heavily recommend that mod. It's very fun to mess with. All right, so our first Artful Greatsword is going to be the Zwinehander, but it is 3,500 and I am broke. I probably should have started with the money, but that's okay. We have the Site of Grace, we can just return later. I mean, technically there's nothing stopping us from just going and getting the Guts Greatsword, which, you know, is what my character is based on, so I mean, that can work. And I'll go ahead and mention it here before I forget, and I'm distracted by other things. I would like to give a huge thank you to everyone who viewed and commented and even subscribed with my last post. That post, to me, kind of exploded. I was being so genuine when I said in that video that I didn't think it was going to get any views at all. I mean, there are millions of videos uploaded to YouTube every day, you know? Like, that's just how it is. A lot of bot accounts, a lot of just AI videos. The fact that, like, within, what, like, its first hour, it hit 5 views, which is what I was, like, my highest expectations were. Like, that's what I thought would be its absolute max. And I thought it would take, you know, weeks to get there. But it didn't. It hit 5 views and then 10 views, and then it just kept going and going and going. And it's gonna be probably different from right now than what it will be whenever you're seeing this video come up. But like at the time of recording, I'm sitting at like 16 subscribers, which, you know, it doesn't take a mathematician to tell you is more than double what I was expecting my my view count to be. Not my subscriber count. Like, I don't even know how to articulate how that makes me feel. It is such like a complicated set of emotions. I realized I haven't really talked much about like what I'm doing right now in game. I'm just kind of going through my standard early game collectathon that everyone has to do in this game. I just picked up the Axe Talisman, which is going to help my charged heavy attacks. I'm saving up my runes for the Zwinehander, and I'm gonna grab the Guts Greatsword here in a second after I finish up my usual roundabout. Yeah, I'm checking the view count on that video right now as I'm recording this. 366 views. That's, I mean, what do you even say to that? I mean, that's so many people. And I'm sure like not everyone is like real. I'm sure there's bots. There's bots everywhere on the internet. That's just what it is. But I couldn't fit 1/4 of that amount of people in my house. You know, like in my entire apartment, there could not fit that many people. And that's the amount of people that are choosing willfully without a gun to their head to watch me, which is insane. I'm not great with like YouTube lingo and like how statistics work, but it seems like a lot of people stayed and like watched at least most of it. Like it has like 90 something like watch hours. Yeah, that kind of changed my plans a little bit. Well, kind of, and also not at all. I don't really know how to describe it. It's like, I want to put a lot more effort into these now, knowing that there are people that's actually like watching, but I still want to keep its casual nature of these videos, if that makes sense. Like, I really enjoy like the very laid back editing, just kind of having a cut every time I'm not talking just to keep the energy going. But I really like the very minimalist editing. Maybe I'll have like text thrown on the screen if there's something that needs to be said. Like I do something in game but don't say it out loud, so not to confuse anyone, I'll throw text up. But I also feel like I should put in more effort than that now that people are watching. But honestly, that's how I would want to watch the video if it was me though. I just kind of like that vibe. Like I don't need to have like, you know, TikTok style subtitles at the bottom that are like always wrong because it's like AI text to speech kind of deal. So it's like none of the words are down there are matching what I'm saying. So I think I just want to make this video like my last, just a little more polished, at least on my end, because I had some issues with editing, which just comes to me being new and stupid, but hopefully this one's a little more of a smoother watch. I'm trying not to yap too much while I'm not doing anything because I don't want to like inflate the runtime of the video, because it's like if I yap while fighting a boss, that's 2 birds 1 stone, you know? I got footage of me fighting a boss and I'm yapping. But if I yap without doing anything, then, you know, that's like twice the amount of footage, which is both more editing, more padding, and like not as fun to watch. Am I being attacked right now? I think I am. Please don't. Thank you. Okay, great sword obtained. We can run away, run away. Man, I can't even use it while two-handing it. That's rough. We're about to get our Radagon sword seal, so we'll be okay. But yeah, I gotta be careful with how much I'm talking during these, just because last time I did so much yapping that it made it really hard to edit. And what I mean is like, I'm cool at talking, but what I didn't realize is that my Dark Souls 3 run ended up being probably around the 12-hour mark in terms of the recording process. That's like kind of half counting the times I would grind and just forget to pause the recording. You gotta understand, the video is a little over 2 hours, right? That is like 10 hours of cut footage. Basically, what that translates to is 10 hours of talking that I had to like decide what to do with. Basically, it was really hard determining what was going in the video and what wasn't. I still can't two-hand it. That's rough. And the thing about cutting the portions of me just talking was I liked what I was saying, and I brought out some good points of conversation just to talk about in the video, but it's just nobody cares. I went on a 45-minute long rant about how great runes are in this game. Keep in mind, I was not playing this game. I was playing Dark Souls 3. So you would have had 45 minutes of a we'll call it 2.5 hour long video dedicated to a different game. Imagine if I left that in. Here's the worst part of it. If you noticed, the footage was kind of short for Midra and for Gale. That's because that was when I was yapping about it. So I was stuck in this awkward position in editing where I was talking about great runes for so long that it bled into other footage that I needed to use. So I had to like edit around my talk about it in DS3. So I had to use footage from like Gale and Midra of me not talking about it. I was so annoyed with myself. Like, can this dude please shut up and play the game so I can edit this, please? And the problem's only going to be worse here because, I mean, I've been recording for half an hour and I feel like I've said a lot of important stuff that needs to stay in the video. I have not killed a single boss. I I'm so screwed with this editing that's about to happen. Is anyone gonna be upset if I don't go and fight, like, Astel? Or, like, are people gonna unsubscribe for that? Like, I don't really think so. I actually really like Astel, but, or like Ancestor Spirit. Like, how many people are gonna get up and leave if I don't fight Ancestor Spirit and end up two-shotting it with Guts' Greatsword? Well, that reminds me of something else that got completely cut in editing. If you noticed, there was a certain weapon that I forgot, or seemingly forgot to do a showcase for, which sucks because it was one of the best, or one of my favorite weapons I used in that run, of the Moonlight Greatsword. I don't even remember what I was yapping about, but during that entire showcase, I was just mid-conversation about something. So I was stuck with a choice. Either I put in this no-context discussion about cheese curds or whatever I was talking about, or I have to put in the first 20 minutes of that conversation for the showcase to make sense. So I gotta really watch what, but really when I'm saying it. Because if I'm about to do something big that I know is for a fact going to be in the video, I need to like lock in and stop talking about what I was talking about, just in case that doesn't make it in. These are just things you don't really think about when you're doing something for the first time. I also did something different with my mic. I'm really hoping it doesn't have a lot of that like popping sound with like my P's. Like, I noticed that while I was editing. I didn't pick up on that during like my test recording, but that really annoyed me. I was so sad. I actually got a comment from somebody on that first video where they said that they fell asleep to my video in a good way, which I replied on that post. I might throw it up on screen. That is the highest compliment one can receive. I forget if I left it in the video or not, but I think I said in it, the best thing I could ask for is to be someone's monitor 2 entertainment while they're just grinding something, like strip mining in Minecraft or whatever. But falling asleep to someone is like the highest level of like that's insane. I feel so bad for that person because my mic was popping the entire time. Like with every P sound I made, it would just erupts in your ears. And I really hope I have it fixed. I bought a pop filter and I turned on a setting that I think should help. If it's still there, I am so sorry. Okay, that should probably, hopefully, be enough runes to carry it. Okay, let's show these off. So this is the Great Sword. It is not a Great Sword, it is a Colossal Sword, but that's just what they call it. So it has your pretty standard R1 chain, which goes in hits of 3, and then something special. Big swing that goes all the way around you, and then that kind of swing there. So that first one's good for clearing out big mobs. And I believe this one has a poke. Yep, the poke. If you saw my Greatsword video, you know how much I love the poke. The poke is everything to me, especially with Ultra Greatswords. Of course, we got Stamp, which should look familiar if you've seen the Greatsword run. That was basically every skill in DS3 was a stamp of some sort. Don't know how much we'll be using that. I usually throw Lion's Claw on it, but Lion's Claw is like my go-to in this game. Then we have the Zweinhander, which I think I probably like a little more, just like on a pure gameplay aspect. It's just I like the design of the Greatsword more. That's just because I am actually a Berserk fan in real life, so I don't know why I specified in real life. Like, my in-game character is a huge Guts fan. Yeah, same general gist as this, but its heavies are poking heavies, not just the roll. That is everything for a Greatsword like this, an Ultra Greatsword. And then, of course, we have your Stamp, whatever. Yeah, that's that. Just for reference with how bad the boss weapon scaling was in DS3, the unupgraded Greatsword has more strength scaling than a fully upgraded final boss weapon. Just throwing that out there. Now, my problem with this game is I feel like I'm more familiar with it on a gameplay level, but like on an exploration level, I think I'm less familiar with it. Like, I don't know where 90% of these weapons are. We're just gonna have to look it up when it's time to get a new weapon. I think we should go to this little castle here and destroy the person that's there. I am going to make a point to actually upgrade my weapons more. I just two-shot that thing. I mean, I know it starts on low health, but still. I don't want to repeat a last time where I sit there and die over and over, and they get super sad about it. And it gets really pathetic. That was so cringe to edit, by the way. Me throwing, like, actual temper tantrums at a game. I never do that normally, but since I'm talking for the sake of making a video, it just comes out more. I mean, look at that damage. It's a +0, but, I mean, it, you know, first starting area of the game, all that. But one jump attack breaks their kneecaps. I do think that colossal swords in this game are the best weapon class. I think what should be considered for good weapons is different than what ends up being considered. I think usability is a big thing that a lot of people ignore. Like, can you find a cheesy mage build that, like, one-shots bosses? Like, yes. I mean, that's just a thing. The one for Mohg has existed since the games existed, where you just start at the beginning and use that beam and it just one-shots them. But that requires, like, effort to do, which sounds weird, but, like, you need to get, like, all 4 of your talismans sorted. You need, you know, 8 buffs activated. You need this certain spell that increases damage within this range, and then you have to use your physic with 2 very specific tiers. And, like, there's a ton of prep work that has to go in for mage stuff to be good. But with colossal swords, you just kind of put it on, and then you destroy everything with, like, 0 prep. Since this is a boss fight, this is where I should probably yap, since it's going to go in the video anyway. I mean, look at that. Remember how often I staggered somebody in Dark Souls 3? I was even at half his HP and I staggered this guy. Like, it just happens in this game. But yeah. He gone. Rafted Blade Greatsword. Another colossal sword. We already have 3 down. That's pretty good. It requires a massive 40 strength. This one we got a 2-hand. But it's honestly kind of short, at least in comparison to the Zwinehander and Greatsword, which I believe are actually, at least pre-DLC, the 2 longest Ultra Greatswords in the game. But we got standard R1s. Let's see if it has the poke. It does not. And then it has its Oath of Vengeance as its Ash of War. Hooray. Swear an oath upon the great sword to avenge the clan. Temporarily raise all attributes for a certain duration. Man, I love how specific these effects are in this game. While the oath's effects are active, poise will also be increased. I hate that phrasing, raising all attributes for a certain duration. It would have been less effort just to put the duration. Why did you have to... Why'd you have to make it so hard? And yes, I'm still using a physical pen and paper to keep track of weapons I have used. As I said it last time, I am 80 years old. Look at that damage. I 2-shot this thing and broke its legs. Like, this game is something else. This is stupid. Like, I don't know. People want an easy mode in this game? Really? Hey, hitless. That's nice. Lion's Claw, yay! Hey, one of the 9 rune arcs I'm gonna find on this entire playthrough. I wonder if I could jump and hit that guy's head all the way from here. For that critical hit, you know? Fuck it, we ball. Death number 1. Oh man. You know what I was trying to do, right? Like, does everyone know you can do that? You can, like, hit those guys and, like, one-shot them from above if you do it properly. Oh man. I'm gonna yap about something while I fight Margit, just because I have the chance to, and I don't want to waste, you know, everyone's time. But I don't really like the narrative that, like, magic builds are the OP ones in the game. Like, do you see this damage I'm doing and how little of my brain I am using to do it? Like, so many bosses in this game, not even bosses, just enemies, can just sidestep magic, and it's like, what's the counter to that? Like, you've seen it, right? Like when enemies will see you, not even just NPC invaders, but just like normal enemies will see you like casting a spell, and they'll just dead ass dodge. Like, what's the counter to that? Just don't use magic? But I just don't, like look how easy that was. That was nothing. Zero brain activity was happening during that. But like magic is somehow this forbidden, if you use it your run isn't valid kind of thing. Like, how did we get to that point? Are people just stuck on like Dark Souls 1 magic? Or like Demon Souls? It's probably strong in that game too. But it's like, yeah, Dark Souls 1 magic's really good. You know, like, oh, you get Soul Spear and then you one-shot everything. And it's like, yeah, do you want to also one-shots everything? Literally everything in this game. Everything in Dark Souls 1 is busted. It's Dark Souls 1. I genuinely think the hardest runs of this game that I've done, aside from like my bow run, were all magic runs. Like, magic is so much harder than melee in like every way. Like, remember when this game came out? And if I remember that, man, that is rough. I might be a little foggy on the details, but they had to patch the game shortly after launch and basically reduce the cost of all magic by like half, and they'd increased the cast speed by a good part. That's just because it's so bad. Like, all right, to shoot this one spell, that'll be 1/4 of your magic meter. It does okay damage, and then they sidestep it anyway, so you don't actually see that damage. Like, I'm flinching this thing out of attacking. I feel like that's an aspect of magic people talk about, is like the time it takes to actually cast is such an important thing. Like, all of the spells that damn, I jumped over that guy. All of the spells that do damage take like multiple seconds to cast. Like, try getting that in Radahn, you know? Try casting on Malenia. Or she's just gonna sidestep it anyway because it's Malenia and she's super agile. Like, it's just not good. I think it can only really be good if you cheese it, which is why when people see a magic build, they just call it cheese. Because if it's a good magic build, it is cheese. But is this not also cheese? Like, look at that. I just fucking one-shot that guy with a running R1. All right, Godrick the Grafted. Much less damage already, but that's to be expected. This is a demigod after all, albeit the weakest. Man, melee's really hard, guys. Ow. I told you it was really hard. Just hit you. Break your legs. Break your face. The lion's claws, you stand up. Heavy. Immediately fall into the grab. Don't worry, it's all part of the calculations. This was all taken into account before the battle even started. That was just for style points. I really wanted you to see his grab, since it's a really cool grab, actually. And then that's just that easy. This is the last I'll say about it, just to avoid being repetitive, but that is why I think the Colossal Swords are the best weapon class in the game. Either that or Colossal Weapon. They're basically the same category. It's just because the ease of use is so simple. I think really anyone can do it. If you can press the jump button, the heavy attack button immediately after, and then L2 for Ashes of War, you've already won the game. There is zero thought that goes into what I just did. Are there things that's, you know, more effective at killing things faster? Of course. You know, do like a status build of some sort where you have like dual weapons where one of them's bleed and one of them's frost. And then maybe like something that has a little bit of fire to like reset the frostbite so you can keep on doing, you know, your frost build up, like super in-depth stuff like that. But at the end of the day, it'll kill them like 10% faster. But this is so simple. You just jump, swing, jump, swing, jump, swing. Most bosses will get their knees crushed in 2 or 3 hits. Do charged heavies instead of jump heavies. It'll be even faster. Ouchie. Ouchie. It's kind of like a 50-50 in a run, where if I get that map and they don't even move, or if I go for that map and they just instantly destroy Torrent and I die. I have a lot more stupid deaths in this game. I'm going to be going to start Ronnie's stuff just because she has the Blythe's Greatsword at the very end of her quest that we're gonna need. So we are gonna have to do basically the entire Ranni quest line. And this place I'm in right now has an Ultra Greatsword as well from a troll around the corner here. Around the corner up an elevator, I guess. Alright, so this guy up here is actually gonna have our next Ultra Greatsword. It's the one he is using. It is the Troll Knight's sword. I haven't upgraded this weapon at all yet. I don't imagine I'll be using it for like super long, just because it's kind of a meh weapon. It's not super exciting. I actually really like the look of it. I know a lot of people think it's ugly. I'm kind of a fan. Yay, Troll Knight sword. It is one of those pesky intelligence scaling swords though, so we won't be using it for some time, but we have it. Alright, Loretta. Forgot to buff. At least the buff doesn't take very long. If you didn't know, and you probably couldn't even tell if you didn't, this weapon I'm using right now is one of the legendary weapons in this game. I think there's only like 9 of them or something, but this is considered a legendary weapon. It does not feel very legendary to me. I think it's something that the Souls games all struggle with to at least some extent. I don't think they know how to balance boss weapons very well. Or like, just like important weapons very well. Like my main Elden Ring like content I consume is Rusty. I like his kind of tier list or like ranking format. He's kind of like my go-to for like info about what's good and what's not good. I don't really have the patience to sit there and actually use all billion weapons they put in this game. I kind of just take his word for it. But it seems like all the good weapons are just the random shit you find. Like, I remember it surprised me on his weapon tier list. The pickaxe made it, like, absurdly high. Like an A or S tier. And it's like, it's a pickaxe. Like, no matter how cool your weapon is, no matter how many lasers it shoots as its special ability, it will just never beat a standard weapon with, like, a good Ash of War on it, you know? Unless the Ash of War is, like, completely, like, undisputably busted, it just won't be as good. And you can, like, infuse basic weapons, so it just kind of makes them better by default. And that was so much harder than magic, right? I was on the edge of my seats during that encounter. Like, oh man, good thing I wasn't using magic. That would have made that completely invalid, right? What I did was so much more skillful. The way I held R2 like that. And then I strategically waited like a second before holding it again. So by the time he stood up, he would just immediately get hit again. Man, I'm gonna receive a medal for my gamer abilities. This is where I get another death. I usually just die to Vike. I feel like the death counter isn't gonna be as genuine as the last one, just because I end up intentionally dying a lot more in this game. Like, I'll just take deaths rather than fight things. Like, I absolutely usually just kill myself with this guy, but like, I guess I'll attempt to fight him now that I'm here. I find Madness very annoying. I mean, it is very cool. I love Madness, like, as an idea. I just think in practice, fighting against it's kind of annoying. Just it draining your FP is so cringe. And shit like that. Also, what did I say in the last video? NPC fight. NPC fight. The worst kind of fight in a video game. It's not fun fighting your moveset. It's not really made to be fought. It's meant for you to fight in. Makes it incredibly frustrating. I think this is just the 2 crystal guys, right? Shouldn't be that hard. I was just 1 crystal guy. Man, do you remember when this game launched and these guys were like the hardest enemies in the game for no reason? I remember not understanding how they worked. But before, if you didn't know, the gimmick to these guys is that you have to break their stance and then you can start doing damage to them. Before, breaking their stance was like impossible unless you had like a strike weapon, and that was it. Like, no other weapon type in the entire game could kill them. Now they're one of the easiest enemies in the game. Like, they super overcorrected, but I'm not really complaining. Man, I really hope this video doesn't take too long to come out. I would hate for me to like post a video, like my first video, right? And then like it takes like a month to get the second one out. Like, I don't want everyone just to leave before I could even really get started. Is the video time we're recording today, I uploaded it like 4 days ago. So a little bit of time has passed. I kind of wish I had like 2 or 3 videos like stockpiled so I could upload them like a week from each other. just to show that I am going to be consistent about it. But I had like no way of knowing that this was going to like be successful. So at the same time, there's not really much I could have done. I got totally sidetracked and put on autopilot and just started going for more smithing stones. I can play this game with like my brain shut off. Have you ever seen those surgeries where like they don't put you to sleep and they ask you to like do something to keep your mind active while they do like your brain surgery? I would just play Elden Ring. Like I would do like a challenge run while getting brain surgery. Imagine the title. Imagine that thumbnail. Oh my god. That would be the time to do an intelligence run. You know, like I'm getting this brain surgery to increase my IRL intelligence while doing an intelligence run. This is the double dude fight. I'm really surprised that worked. Melee builds are very underpowered, you know, but those magic builds though, man, that's it's a rough day out there. Just stun lock everything. Nothing stands a chance. I mean, look at that. I mean, like, I know these guys are a pushover, but it's just like, Jesus Christ. Like, ugh, it's disgusting. I feel like there's not really a correct answer to, like, what's the easiest Souls game. For a long time, I considered it DS3, but it might honestly be Elden Ring. Like, it has the hardest design and the hardest enemies by a long shot, but, like, this game lets you get so powerful. Like, you get ridiculous in this game. I hope this video looks good, like, visually. I don't know what was up with the last one, like, if I had my bitrate on my recording up, like, super high, but I had about 12 hours of footage for the, Greatswords playthrough on DS3. So about 12 hours of footage in 3 separate recording sessions, and that used over 300 gigabytes of space. So I don't know what was happening with that. Hopefully it's better now. Because, oh my god, I had to delete that footage like as soon as I was done with the video. There ain't no way. Also, NPC fight, my favorite. More of this, please. All right, now heal. Oh man, that's so fun. Just make their health bar bigger. Make their health bar bigger and don't let them heal. It's so annoying. It's so demotivating. It's like, oh, but you can heal. And it's like, yeah, I'm not a fucking enemy in this game. Enemies also have 10 times the HP you do and two-shot you. I don't two-shot enemies. Even with this busted-ass build, I don't two-shot enemies. Out here with a fucking dagger and a crossbow hitting me with Scarlet Rot. Like, what a bitch. I do hope they change up the meta again next game. Like, I know DS3's big thing is, like, those small dex weapons, like the Sellsword Twin Blades. And this game's kind of like the big weapons. Was it in this area where these dogs were busted in 1.0? I remember there was something with, like, bleed dogs in the first version of the game where they did, like, infinite damage because of, like, a oversight. I don't remember if it was like these specifically, but it was something like they did. Oh, well, never mind. So basically what just happened there with the blood loss, there was like in 1.0, like a dog, a specific one that like didn't have like the correct frame data or something for its bleed buildup. So it did instant full bleed buildup on like one attack, which was nuts. I think you'll notice a lot in this game. I'm not really gonna die on many boss fights. It's gonna be the random ass mobs in this game. As every Souls game, the hardest part is getting to the bosses. The bosses are not the hard part, at least in my opinion. That was very much not the case my last run, but it's like, look how much damage these dogs are doing compared to literally anything we fought so far. That's just how these games go. And welcome to the grind area, yay! Yippee! This is my life now, doing this for the next foreseeable amount of time. It's crazy that one charged heavy is enough to completely ground this guy. I don't even have my axe talisman on right now. I'm using that one to get me more runes. I'm using an unbuffed weapon, and I am just destroying these giant golems. Colossal weapons are so busted. I mean, I know it's a +6, so it's a little higher than the area I'm in right now, but it's not even that much higher, you know? Like, a +6 is obtainable at this point. If you do some exploring, you can definitely get a +6. Okay, so let's see if it even works. When we collect this, we should instantly get a buff from it. Yes, okay. So as you can see in the top left, it has the symbol not in the square where it would normally be, but it's below there. next to my other talismans that are buffing me. So that has given me a permanent +1 to all stats, which, you know, is pretty tame. This is probably one of the weaker ones, to be honest. The other ones are going to play a lot bigger roles. I think Morgott gives you like an emergency heal when your health is low. Like it gives you like a little HP boost. I think there's something else in the game that has that effect, but it gives it to you for free, like every time you sit down at a grace. Let's find a new colossal sword. I think it's time that we found one. I wrote these down in an order that I thought was correct for when you obtained them, because the first two were Zwinehander and the Greatsword. So I assumed all of them were just in order based on that, but the next one on the list is Watchdogs, and you don't get that until Snowfield, so I don't know what I was smoking when I was looking at Extra Life. I kind of just took their word for it that they put them in order like they did for Dark Souls 3, and they absolutely did not. We could probably go for Godslayer? That could work. Yeah, I mean, that's gonna be tough. That's gonna be in a tough area. We'll go for it though. I might have to retreat from this one. This is in a very high scaled area. You know what I didn't do is go upgrade my flask like I was going to, but that's okay. Ouch. I didn't want health anyway, it's fine. And our damage is still bad. Whoops. I don't know why they spammed Godskins everywhere. I feel like there were better bosses they could have chose to be like the repeat one that you fight a ton, you know? Like I would have picked like the duelist guys, like those. I actually don't hate the tree avatars, I think their names are. The ones that are always under the golden trees, you know? Like I actually like those fights. I just don't like the one move where you have to dodge the projectiles for like a few seconds. Kind of kills the pacing. But otherwise, I actually really like those fights. They're very telegraphed. They're fun to do. I'm surprised you're still standing. I hit your knees really hard. There we go. Just around the corner, I guess. Don't mind me, I'll be over here. I'm out of heals. Never mind, we are not ready for this guy. What else can we do? I know this sounds stupid, but we could probably fight Radahn. I know we were gonna get this weapon to kill him with, but to be honest, I think Radahn's gonna be easier. Because technically using Kaled and not Dragon Barrel, I think that Godskin is unironically gonna be harder than Radahn is. Also, full transparency, I am gonna summon the NPCs for it, because that's clearly intended. Like, I mean, like, I'm not gonna use any, like, spirit summons in this playthrough, because I just don't usually engage with that anyway. I will summon these guys. I might summon Alexander for Fire Giant, just because that's usually what I do. Just like thematically, I just really like Alexander, like my favorite character in this game. And then obviously Egon. Okay, listen, if you don't summon Egon, you need to learn to have like a little bit of fun in your life. People are gonna be like, it's not valid because you summoned for Radahn. Like, bitch, it's a festival. You're so obviously supposed to summon people for that. We just held an entire briefing there with a group of people. Obviously, you're supposed to summon them for the fight. Like, I bet you don't summon anyone for your birthday parties either. Fucking loser. Like,
I do my birthday parties on extra difficulty. I don't summon a single friend for them, because I don't have any.
like, okay, bro.
I solo my birthday. It's my birthday after all, not theirs.
Ouch, ouch. Ouch, ouch. We unironically do more damage to Radahn than Godskin Duo. Or I guess not Duo, just Godskin single. There we go. Like, look how much more damage we do to Radahn. I hope the next, like, big single player FromSoft, or not single player, but, you know, like, non-Night Rain and non-Dusk Bloods style FromSoft game. I hope they do bows like they do them in Night Rain, where they just have like infinite arrows and they're like kind of decent actually. There we go. There goes Radahn.
But I cheated, so my run is invalid. Oh no. I summoned.
Alright, so I think we can push along Ronnie's side quest a little bit to get those great swords. Oh, I guess killing Radahn does give us his ultra great swords, so that also works. And you know what? They might be one of the most popular colossal weapons in the game, and I haven't used them. I feel like everyone's like, first time beating Radahn, they always get his weapon. I never do. And we get a talisman pouch, because that's our second demigod down. I think we need some intelligence to use it, though, right? Yeah, 15 int. So, showcase for these swords. So it's not actually L1. That blocks. Usually when you have two weapons, it does that. But this is a unique kind of weapon because they're paired, just like the twin blades in DS3, where it's one weapon, you only upgrade one weapon, but when you two-hand it, you bring out two. So that is really convenient. Just so you know, it does not count as two-handing a weapon, though. Like, if you try to use the two-handed talisman, it won't do anything, which is a bummer, but fair, obviously. Its R1 chain is like this. Very meaty. That feels very satisfying. Heavy is just using one of them, but, you know, heavy. And then I don't actually know what the Ash of War does. I'm curious to see what that does. Oh, I've seen that before, I think. Does it have a follow-up? I don't think so. Odd. Okay. I think that's chargeable. I feel like when I hold it down, it's doing more. I can't really tell. But anyway, I have it upgraded a little bit. I think it's +6. Yep. So we're just gonna go... We're back in the Radahn castle when it's... Oh, I was gonna say it's repopulated. It's not repopulated. My bad. Forget we have to like talk to the guy to get the event over with. But actually, the boss that's usually right here, where these NPCs are, also drops a colossal sword. We'll go ahead and grab that one too while we're here. And I think that one is considered really good, actually. Misbegotten Warrior. Get absolutely shit on. Do I attack with both of these on jump attacks? No. Okay. I was gonna say, we should get the Claw Talisman if you actually hit with both of them, because that would be doing way more damage. I just straight up missed that. That's awesome. Let's try... well, this guy's a shield. I don't know if he's gonna let me get the Ash of War off. We'll try it here, I guess. A crisp no damage. Love to see that. Guys like these make me really wish kicks were just still part of your character's moveset, you know? I think the R1s are where it's at, honestly. I'm normally a heavy attack kind of guy, especially when you're using like colossal weapons, obviously, but with this one specifically, it very much is king. I don't know why I keep missing, though. I feel like I wasn't doing that with the other weapons. Although, I don't know if this is what's doing it. I do know that these are like by far the shortest colossal swords in the game, just to balance them, you know, like having two of them, you know? Also, my jump light attacks hit with both swords. And normally you never do a jumping light attack. That's pointless. So that is good to know. I might actually go and grab the... that range is crazy, dog. Wow. Yeah, I might go and grab the Claw Talisman. I feel like I'm gonna have a fun time using these. I feel like this is one of the biggest weapons I've missed out on. I think I said it before, but I feel like everyone's used these weapons in a playthrough at least once. I just don't usually do boss weapons. I don't really know why. Maybe because most weapons I try is stuff I find on the ground, and I'm like, oh, I'll try this next time. Like, oh, I'll try this the next playthrough I do. But you don't really do that with boss weapons because you have to go redeem them, and I just never really check what they have. I'm always just wanting to use something else at the time. I'm pretty sure the Rune's Great Sword is another legendary armament. Yeah, one of the legendary armaments. Weird how there's two in the colossal sword category. And I'm gonna be, like, so real with you. I forget if I already said this. I feel like I've also said that like 100 times so far. I just need to keep track of what I'm saying. But I don't really get the legendary armament system in this game. It feels very strange what is considered a legendary weapon. Because like most of them are just kind of okay. And that feels kind of strange. I mean, a lot of boss weapons are usually just okay. But like boss weapons are considered legendary. Like what about, hold on. What about this? Screams legendary armament. It's a big rock. Yeah, I mean, I guess we can do the weapon showcase while I brought it out. Ooh. I guess that's what makes it legendary. Creates little gravity spikes with a charged heavy. and it does not for light heavies. Okay. How about on a... Nope. Okay. Wave of Destruction. This better be cool. It was cool. It was so cool. Wow. Okay. Alright, I see why this is considered one of the best legendary weapons. Yeah. We are 50 strength. I didn't even see that. Good thing we reach it when two-handing. Oh, we can also try the Troll Knight's sword. We have enough intelligence for that, thanks to the Great Rune. Seems kind of small. Pretty standard. I feel like this should be a great sword, not a colossal sword. I feel like I've seen great swords as big as this. We do get the pokes, though. That's pretty good. And Troll's Roar. Cool, no idea what that did. That's literally it. It's just a shockwave attack. Follow up with a strong attack to slam the armament down. Cool. I'm not gonna lie. After seeing Ruin's greatsword, picking up the Troll Knight sword is like the most insulting shit I've ever done in my life. No thanks. I can't wait to use that. Wow. Hello, Mimic. Okay, now we start. It's not looking too good for you, buddy. Oh, wait. Wait, does it have a slam? Wait. Oh, shit. Hold on. Follow up with an additional input to slam. Oh, do I just have to press that button again? Normally, it's like, you gotta hit the... Yeah, okay. Never mind. Okay, we're good. Say, normally you hit, like the heavy attack or something for its extra stuff. Rest in peace, buddy. Yeah, I'm gonna need a bigger FP bar for that. This skill requires a ton of FP. I mean, look at this area. I feel like a lot of people forget to just stop and smell our roses, you know? Like, this place is beautiful. I mean, it helps that I have some shaders on, but, like, man. Wow, that damage. Wow. I kind of feel like these swords should be, like, curved swords, you know? Not just because they have a literal curve to them, but just because I feel like their attack chain with the dual wielding them kind of makes it seem like it. Wow, these weapons. That was so brain dead. Wow. I always come here for the green burst crystal tier. It is my absolute go-to, no matter what build I'm doing. Like, that is hard slotted on my character, if it is any kind of melee build. I forget what his passive does. It might just be a slightly worse version of what it usually does. Raises stamina recovery, boosts maximum equip load, and makes it slightly easier to break enemy stance. No, I will take that stamina recovery. That is my main deal. And I think I am gonna get the Claw Talisman. I yearn for those jump attacks. Much better damage. I think that's like quadruple the damage I was doing before. You still do a lot of damage. Like, more than I think you should be doing. You get a tiny little twin blade, my guy. That does, like, no damage. He must be resistant to magic, because I know that does damage. I don't feel like you should be doing half my health with one swing, I'm gonna be honest. You have like a dex weapon, my man. Like, that is not appropriate damage. Like, that's over half my health in one swing. That's nuts. Also, can you be broken now? I've hit you so many times. He never staggered once, by the way. Not one time did this man go down. Give me that sword. Aw, yeah. Godslayer's Greatsword. I've heard some good things about this one. Also a legendary weapon. Did they just make every legendary weapon a colossal sword? What happened? And this one requires faith, so we're gonna need a respec for this one. The weapon does look pretty cool, though. Let's see how these go. Great damage, as per usual. I blocked that, ladies and gentlemen. I cannot tell you the last time I blocked with a weapon. I just had a feeling it would do good. Oh yeah, love that stamina regen, baby. God, you just don't care. You don't even have to care if you got one of these weapons, man. Like, this is stupid. This might be the easiest run I've done of this game. It says the man that's died 8 times, granted. But aside from Apostle, none of them have been boss deaths. And I've only died to Apostle because I fought him way earlier than you're supposed to. Man, that is something right there. So we were back using the Troll Knight sword. I know I said I wasn't going to do it because it's magic in a magic area, but I kind of want to just do the tower now, to be honest. I've never done the game in this order. I'm kind of confusing myself. Does anyone else always spam the pickup when going through stuff, even though you'll never use it? Like, obviously, I don't even own a crafting kit. I might not craft a single thing in this run, and I'm sitting here spamming the pickup like, man, I might need these berries later. I don't even know what the berries craft. I do not care. I'll pick it up anyway. Oh my, I forgot you get a cutscene for this. Are you telling me we get a cutscene for opening the door in the base game, but we can't get a cutscene for the Twin Moon Knight in the DLC? Like, are you kidding me? Or like that random bug lady who apparently is important, I think. The required one, so you can light the tree, you know? Like, I'm not asking for like a cinematic masterpiece of a cutscene, but like maybe you get one of her just standing up from her little chair. Give me like a Dark Souls 3 cutscene, you know, where they just kind of spawn in and they look at you like a dancer or something. Yeah, give me one of those. I have a feeling this weapon is gonna be like the most okay. I'll tell you what, it staggers them better than Radahn's sword was for some reason. I think it's because I was using jumping light attacks and not jump heavies. I definitely have the feeling this sword is going to be the most okay one that we use. Like, it's not going to impress, like, at all. Somehow it's going to be even more okay than, like, the grafted one. Go ahead and snag her drip over here. We'll throw on the hat, why not? Well, you don't like seeing Mr. Guts from Berserk in a goofy hat? Well, I do. You know what? I said we were done with the Radahn's weapons, but like, come on. How could I not? Oh. Oh yeah. I mean, come on. Ooh, they were begging for it. You tell them, Ronnie, while I do all the hard work. Oh, God! Can we have this guy replace every NPC fight? That'd be cool. Ow. Never mind, I hate this guy. He sucks. Oh my god, they have a heal. There's no way. They are an NPC fight in secret. I've been lied to. Die. I hate you now. There we go. Alright, so we've used 5 of the 16 different weapons so far. We've killed Godrick, Radahn, and I think that's it in terms of main bosses, like main remembrance bosses. So we still got a fair ways to go. Hey, Rune Arc. What do we have now? I'm curious. 6. We are halfway through the game and we have found 6 Rune Arcs. That is absurd. I should have like 20 by now, in my opinion. Like, have we been doing all the side dungeons? No. But like it's Elden Ring. Like, come on. I mean, like, does the game really expect you to not die 6 times up until now? Like, the whole game. I find it kind of odd that the maximum amount of flasks you can hold is 14 instead of 15. That honestly bothers me a little more than it should. Does anyone, like, max out their flasks in this game? Hey, he's using the, one Colossal Sword we haven't used yet. The one that scales with faith. Also, NPC fight, my favorite. Luckily, I think that Colossal weapons are the best weapons to use for NPC fights. They just, for some reason, don't know how to dodge them at all. It's like they input read you, like in a bad way, where it doesn't actually help at all. Why did you die? Are you kidding me? Love that they dodge, and they heal to full health. There we go. It's just like, NPC fights just aren't, like, engaging at all. You know what I mean? It's like the most opposite of fun you can get in these games. Like, that was an experience that I just did. I love Godfrey. He's so cool. I don't know how I'm dodge that. I'm gonna be so real with you. I could have done this fight hitless. I am seething and mauling right now. I got greedy. Yeah, that would have actually been hitless. That's crazy. I mean, it's gold free. Like, I'm gonna be okay. Like, not necessarily a hard fight at all. I don't know if I died to him even, like, my first playthrough, to be honest. I don't even say that as a flex. It's just, like, I genuinely don't remember ever having trouble with this guy. Damage isn't terrible. I mean, it's not great, but it is more than enough. I really like Morgott. I remember I struggled a lot on this guy. I think it was one of those where I didn't actually struggle that much the first time against Morgott, but like my second playthrough, for some reason, I was having a lot of trouble, and I'm not sure why. God damn, that delay. Dude. This dude is mixing it up on me. That's crazy. It's like Morgott has like scientifically made delays to trick the human mind. He was made in a lab to delay attack you. Obviously we can beat this guy with the +4 weapon. I want to see what kind of damage I would do with like a +6 though. I don't know if it's really worth going out and finding the stones for it. I thought that attack worked differently. That's my bad. I thought he like charged. Oh, I got it mixed up with that attack. That's why. I was very surprised when he just hit me. I was like, wait, aren't you supposed to do like a whole charge thing before that? Morgott's weird. I feel like I don't learn this fight at all. I just kind of do it. I just kind of react to stuff and then it works. He hasn't really pushed me to be better, which is a shame because I really like this fight. I thought I would break his poise. Bam! Yeah, I knew it. Yeah, this sword's great. That's really enjoyable. Nice chair, idiot. Dumbass. You don't want this smoke. I tried to tell him. I'm trying to tell him. I tried to tell him. Didn't want it. Now he's dead. I just saw a short the other day of Queso talking about Elden Ring and how magic is like super broken, but like it being fine that it's broken, like who cares? Which is a very good message, but again, it's just, magic's not broken. It's just not. I'm so tired of people saying it's broken. I don't know, that sounds like me just being like a sad magic user, like trying to justify my playstyle. I don't use magic. I don't. I did it for my second playthrough, and it was ass. It was so bad. It made the game so much harder. With, like, melee talismans, they're just really good, like Claw Talisman or, like, Two-Handed Talisman. Because, like, what's two-handed? Like, 10% attack when you are two-handing? It's either 10% or 15%, I don't remember. And then same for the Claw Talisman. That same talisman for magic, like the Scorpion Charms, make you take more damage. Like, why? Why? And it's like it does less for you than the melee talismans anyway. So it's a higher cost for less gain. Like, why would you cripple magic users even more than they already are? They have to delegate their levels to intelligence way higher than strength users, because again, strength users get their 1.5 bonus when you two-hand, which you are doing if you're a strength user. So you have to get like 80 int just to like even use the best spells, like the highest damaging spells. You have to use talismans and armor sets that actively make you take more damage, invest less into HP, because not only do you have to level int so much, you also have to level your mind a lot, which melee users just don't do at all. Like, there are so many things working against you as a magic user, and it's fucking nuts that people will go on Reddit and find like some cheesy ass one-shot build with magic and be like, man, I guess all magic is broken and your run's invalid if you do it. Because like 2 spells are busted, that somehow means the entire category is just like invalid somehow. Like, do you know how many melee weapons are that broken? Like, imagine if you used that logic with like Rivers of Blood when that was good. Like, you're on patch like 1.0 or like whatever patch Rivers was good in, and you saw someone use it on a clip and you were like, damn, I guess melee is overpowered in this game. But like, no one says that. Like, why is that, do you think? That for some reason when they see a magic spell do good, it's, oh, magic's broken. And then when they see a melee weapon do good, it's not, oh, I guess all melee's busted. No, you're just like, oh, that weapon's busted. Like, why does magic not get that same treatment? Why can't it be, oh, that spell's just busted? You know? Like, it drives me crazy. And I don't use magic. I don't know why it drives me crazy. My favorite magic build I've done was like ice magic, where you use that one like ice sword and just slash it back and forth, because I really like the concept of like a battle mage. But like, I assure you, it was not better than just using this, what I'm using right now. It is exclusively worse. Like maybe Carrion Slicer, I hear that one's good. But again, that's just a spell that's good. That's not magic being broken. That's just a good spell. It's the same thing as a good weapon. Like, I don't know why using Bloodfiend's arm is like, haha, based, you know? Like, it's one of the best weapons in the game. Why is it based? Shouldn't that be easy mode? Shouldn't you ban it with that logic? Like, it's the hypocrisy that gets me. For the record, I don't think either should be considered making easy mode. For me, at least, this is a single-player game. Nobody cares. Like, I guess if you want to talk about, like, PvP balancing, that's a different thing. But, like, I don't give a fuck what you use in this game, dude. Like... This game's hard. Like, use what you got to. Or rather, use what you think is fun. Here's Rivers of Blood guy. Also, NPC fight. Like, notice how he hits me from that range? I guess all melee weapons are busted, huh? Yeah, I mean, look at that damage. Like, oof. Nerf melee, am I right, guys? Nerf melee. See how he just killed me like that? Nerf all melee weapons. They're terrible. Or they're too good, which means they're terrible. Like, you see how stupid that sounds? Oh yeah, not to mention that mages are just squishier in general, not just because of less HP, but because they usually wear, like, normal, like, robes and stuff, instead of heavy suits of armor. I hope they find a good balance with magic in the future, because I think right now nobody's happy. Like, I feel like melee players think magic's OP and it needs to be nerfed and all that, and then, like, magic users, like, want a buff because it kind of needs one, to be honest. Just because I think it's just inherently not as fun as melee, which is why I personally don't engage with it. I feel like with one melee weapon, you have like a complete moveset with like light attacks, heavy attacks, charged attacks, jump attacks, Ashes of War, like the whole shebang. But magic's like, yeah, it's a spell. Like, how many spells can I even equip? 2. So you basically get 2 different attacks, which I think is kind of lame. Like, obviously you get more, but, you know, some spells cost 2. It gets higher and higher. I think the most rewarding to play is Battle Mage, but it's just kind of strictly worse than normal melee attacks. Just because it's like, oh, you're telling me it's like the same thing as melee, the same risk and rewards, but it also takes FP? Like, cool. This guy sucks, by the way. I hate these guys. I don't know if I fought one yet in this video. They straight up suck. I hate them. I would consider these guys infinitely worse than dragons, personally. I hate their stupid charge attack that has a jank-ass hitbox. I hate their second phase where they stand on all 4s. I hate that they clip into the floor like this a lot, where you can't crit them. Damn! I was not expecting that to kill me. I'm gonna be completely honest there. I guess I'm not wearing very much armor, so that is fair. I don't know, I was just fully prepared to tank that hit, I guess. Oh, I'm stuck on a rock. Oh my god. I thought he was gonna launch at me, dude. I thought it was over. Can you go down? I've hit you so many times. I broke your poison like 2 hits. There we go. What happened? Bro gets on his legs and has the strength of Consort Radahn. I don't know how that happened. That's honestly less messy than it usually goes. My fights with those dudes are disastrous. Ooh, we can put a jar on our head? That might be the play. Oh, great poise too. Oh yeah, we're so back. The let me solo her build is calling to me. Although I want to do a katana build at some point, I might have to save it for that just to truly be let me solo her. You know what? Let's finish up. No, I can't get distracted. I have to. I mean, I could. You know what? Let's do it. Let's go finish off the Manor quest so we can fight Rykard. See what I mean? They kind of dodge into, like, charged heavies with, Oh, that did more damage than I thought that was going to. This guy makes whip builds seem really good, but I know they're not because I've done it. With that weapon, actually, in a randomizer run I did. I'm not sure how to dodge that double one. I feel like I would need to like light roll. And there's the full heal he just gets for free every single time you fight him. I'm gonna be honest, I thought I'd be doing a little bit more damage. And I love how they just get to dodge that. Ouch, ouch, ouch. I hated this fight for the longest time. And I kinda still do because of that. I don't like how Neil just gets ads Neil and Niall, both of these guys, both of the commanders, this one here and the one in Caelid. I hate it. I don't think it's fun. I think it's terrible. I hate how he not only gets ads, but they're like beefy ads, like straight up are bosses in like the earlier game. And then I hate if you kill them, he just goes immediately into phase 2, which feels really weird and unfair. So it's like you're punished for dealing with them. Is that like because he disables his ads once phase 2 goes around if you wait for it. So it's like, are you not meant to kill his ads? Are you meant to play around them? Because that seems busted as hell. Keep in mind, I have a colossal weapon, so I'm doing massive damage to these guys. It's also properly upgraded. They just are so tanky. Like, they're huge knights. Like, they're almost the equivalent of, like, the Silver Knights in the Souls games. And he buffs them, too, which is annoying. Like, I mean, it makes sense with, like, his character. He's a commander. Like, of course he would. I don't know. See, and that transitions him to phase 2. So now you gotta do the whole fight in phase 2. I don't like it. But his moveset is so fun to play with. I love the guy himself. I just hate the situations they put him in. If you have like a weird build, like if you're doing like a bow build, this guy fucking sucks because of the ads. There isn't anything you can do. Uh-oh. I saw that one coming. I pressed the button, immediately regretted that. I regretted pressing the button before I pressed the button and I still did it. I don't know what's wrong with me. Yeah, it just sucks that I want to like this guy a lot. Honestly, if you fought just Commander Niall, maybe have him do like the phase transition halfway through with no ads, he would be like an A-tier boss. Like, I'm so dead ass. Like, I love his moveset. I love that very like slow but methodical, high damage kind of boss. Like, he reminds me a lot of like Horalu in that way. Just this chain here, love it. Like, I'm a huge fan. I just, literally the phase 1 is that bad for me, where I have to knock him down to like low C tier. Though I guess that's also depending on the build. It really does just depend if you have a build that can take care of ads safely. But if you have a build that's kind of slower and not as tanky, then there's just nothing you can do. I can't quite remember what build it was, but I was like, I mean, this guy was owning me for like an hour. And I mean, this was several playthroughs into the game, right? Like, Commander Niall should not be stopped. Excuse me, what? That completely stopped me dead in my tracks. I was almost at full. Welcome to Elden Ring, ladies and gentlemen. Holy shit. I think that's the game's way of telling me that I need to put armor on. I did not think I was gonna get one shot like that. Like, technically I wasn't at full health, but I was pretty much at max. Like, come on. I dodged. I did. I can't even say stuff like that. Like, I swear I dodged, because you have an indicator on your guys' screen that shows exactly in 4K how I didn't press the dodge button in time. Like, you could just tell I'm lying my ass off. Should be tattletaling on me. That was weirdly close. I don't like how close that fight was. I'm usually pretty decent at Niall, honestly. As much as I bitch about it, I'm usually okay with that fight. Alright, there should be another ultra great sword we can get in the next snow area. Okay, I lied. It wasn't actually in that part of Mountaintops. It was like in the one that we passed 30 minutes ago. So none of that was necessary. We could have just walked in here. It's like from one of these dudes. I've also never been in this catacomb in my life, and I'm scared. So there's that. I really have to do an all bosses run. Not like a all remembrance bosses, I've already done that, but just like every single cave, every single catacomb, every single everything. No, I haven't been here before. That guy's new. I was bamboozled, which means this is new, right? Uh-oh. Well, we're going up. We're here. This place is fucking confusing. And we're all the way back here. How about I just pause the recording until I get there? I don't want to take up 1,000,000,000% of my hard drive. I'm going to be so honest. Unpausing, just to let you know, I found a secret elevator, like on the first elevator that we went to. If this is to the lever, I'm going to be so pissed off. All I did was send it back up because I thought I was going to die again. I feel like normally that's the... Oh, there he is! That's the guy! Okay, so we have like a chance, I think, to get the drop from him. And I think if we don't get it, we're just kind of fucked. Good thing I fight this dude maybe once a year. Does not happen very often. How often are you going into a catacombs in Elden Ring during like a challenge run? Alright. Well, now that I know where he is, I'll just skip to when I kill him, I guess. I killed him the next attempt and did not get it. So I don't know if they respawn. Noted. So I don't know if they respawn is the problem. Because if they don't, then I don't know what we're gonna do. Okay, they do. So I think we literally just have to grind this guy for, what, like an hour until this thing pops? And that's even assuming I beat him. Last time I just didn't even let him attack. I just charged R2'd him to death. Ow. Really? Are we gonna do this the whole time? Whatever, just pause the recording, fuck you. Okay, I've come to the realization that I might be doing all of this wrong because he's not carrying the sword, he's carrying like a staff thing. So I don't think he even drops it. Wow. That is a brutal trap. Jesus Christ. Like, what am I to do against that? So I think the wiki is either just straight up wrong or referring to a different one of those enemies in this place. I'm a fool. I'm such a fool. I'm a fool. I'm a fool. I'm a darned fool. I'm nothing but a fool. I also died like 3 times to those watchdogs, so let's just add like 4 to the counter. Fuck it. We're at 23 now. I was not keeping track. I was just getting folded repeatedly from those watchdogs. Or not even watchdogs, the singular watchdog. Oh, there he is. That's the guy I need. Okay, yeah, that guy has the sword. Yeah, I was wasting my time that entire time. None of that was what I was supposed to be doing. Ouch. I missed. With a giant sword, I missed. Oh my god. Oh my god! What do I do? What do I do? What do I do? What do I do? Okay, so we're on just run mode. Just run. All the traps are deactivated. Just run. Who cares? Skip all this. Dude, the lever is deadass not even in here. This is the biggest fucking cave I've ever seen in Elden Ring, and I've never done it before. This place is like 8 stories deep. It's like I'm in the basement of Area 51. You just don't stagger, do you? Die. Please drop it. First try, please. Please, please, I'll do anything. Oh, I'm gonna be here for an hour. Okay, so I guess I have to take a death just so I can restart at the set America. I'm not gonna count that towards the counter, because that's stupid, but I'm gonna go kill myself so I can just respawn faster. Here, kill me. Hell yeah. That doesn't count. That's just saving me time. Oh, yeah, I should pause the recording again, now that you know what I'm up to. I'll see you in 4 hours when I get this. 2 hours. I have been here for 2 hours. This is it. Oh my god. This better be the best weapon in the game, I shit you not, bro. That is the longest time I have grinded for anything in this game. That is an allegedly 8% drop rate. There is no reason it should have taken that long. Good God. Okay. Watchdog's Greatsword. It seems maybe a little... I was gonna say it seems a little short. I think it's pretty average, actually. I might be overestimating the length of some of these weapons. I gotta keep in mind that the Guts Greatsword is the longest, at least in the base game. Well, I'm not sure if a DLC one's been longer since then. Pretty standard. No poke, because of course it doesn't. And then your stamp, Bash of War. Cool. Oh, it does get a roll poke, though. That's pretty cool. Well, I guess it can poke somehow. That's good. I mean, do all of them do that, actually? I think all of them do that. It is upgraded with normal smithing, not somber, so you can throw on your lion's claws or your giant hunts or, you know, whatever you want with it. I think giant hunt is on colossal swords, right? I know it's on the spears, obviously, because of the serpent's hunt, like, weapon. It starts with a sea scaling strength. I assume it scales pretty well. Yeah, if you do a heavy infusion, it will end with AS for its strength scaling. That is pretty good. I have been in these catacombs for so long. I can't even use this weapon on the way out because I'll just get my ass beat. Stick with this good old thing. I cannot believe it was at the start of this catacomb, hidden behind like a false elevator. That's nuts. And what's even crazier is that we haven't found the lever yet. I mean, I know I've been in the same room over and over. Absolutely insane that we've been in here for that long and we have not found the lever yet. Fuck it, let's go for it. I'm tired of this place. I want to destroy all of its inhabitants. I want everyone to suffer. No happiness for anyone ever again. Is it over? It's over. Oh my god. Like, actually, for real, I feel like I just escaped the back rooms, dude. Like, that actually felt like the back rooms. Holy shit. You know what? In all honesty, it was kind of cool, okay? I'll say it. I'll be the bigger man. That was pretty cool. All right, now let's get our ass beat by whatever's in this door with 5 heals and no ashes of war. Please don't be a watchdog. I'll cry. That's not much better. We do good damage. Please stun. Damn it. Had to lock in there for a second. I didn't want to risk dying and doing all that again. Golden Seed and Glovewort Picker Bell Bearing. Okay. I better get an ancient smithing stone right here. I'm uninstalling this game. That's insane. You telling me you have to do this dungeon for the Beast Clergyman side quest? That's insane. I've never done that quest before. Get me out of here. Oh my god. I have to be like done for today. I did like nothing. I got work tomorrow. I was gonna paint my nails tonight. I don't got time for that now. Now I'm upset. This video is gonna be so late. I am so sorry. I'm busy. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Oh yeah, I died a shit ton to the watchdog. I'm still at 24. I don't know what. I wasn't keeping track. I was busy dying internally. So if you think I have an easy time in this run, just add whatever amount of deaths you want to that. Justify it to yourself. I don't know what to tell you. Hey, welcome back. We back. I figured we'd go ahead and knock out Rykard, and obviously I'm not going to be using Colossal Sword for this one. It's a gimmick fight, so that will not work. I think how do I avoid that? Oh, it might be a jump. I might have to jump that. I think the meta for this guy is like using a shield, so you can do like a shield poke, which is a way to attack faster. But I just kind of charged R2 or just tap light attacks. My first playthrough, this was the first FromSoft game I had played. I didn't know that like the Serpent Hunter was like required for this fight, basically. So I actually beat him with normal weapons after a long time. I think I was using Bloodhound's Fang for my first playthrough. I didn't know that it was like considered a really good weapon at the time. It's just something I picked up early game and just kept using. Yeah, I would just stand in the fire and just tank all of the tick damage and just spam the Ash of War and jump attacks and whatnot until I killed him. I mean, it took like multiple hours. Like, it was not a quick fight, but I just legitimately thought that's how you were supposed to do it. I had no like perception for how I was supposed to be doing in this fight, or just this game in general. I was like, oh, he's taking like 2 damage per swing. I guess that's just this game being hard, you know? Like, man, I heard these games were hard. I guess that's what they meant. I also hate this part where the skulls just follow you. Fucking sucks. Like, what am I really supposed to do right now? This honestly is like the most Elden Ring attack in the game. Like, here's 70,000 things coming at you at once, and you can't attack during any of this. Like, notice how I could do nothing for the last 20 Mississippi seconds. Either I kill him because he doesn't use it, or he uses it and I die. There is no third option where he uses that attack and then I win the fight. That's just his I win now button for me. No matter how many times, I've not seen that attack in a long time. Okay, so what is to be done here? These skulls just appear and follow you, and you can't attack because then they explode, but they never stop spawning, so you just lose. You're just gonna have to kill them before that happens. Like, are you seeing the screen right now? What's to be done there? If you couldn't tell, I don't really care for this guy. They looked at Yorm and was like, all right, Yorm is cool, but he's super easy. So let's just make a fuck you attack in a phase 2 where you can't do anything and then you die. And then hopefully they just don't use that attack for the player's like successful run. Okay, so the objective now is to just kill him before those skulls come, or else we lose. So I gotta go like full DPS on this. Well, it is too late. We lose now because he is using his fuck you attack and we shall die. And you can't out heal him because as you heal, more will spawn. So now the game has turned into a running simulator, I guess. I hear no one complain about this attack. Am I the only person that has a problem with it? Like, look how terrible that was. Look how unfun of an experience that was. And you guys know I'm the gimmick boss defender. I do this shit for free. I will be the entire PR team for these gimmick bosses. I think they're cool. And I like Rykard, like, design-wise. He's really cool. It's just the fight kind of blows because of phase 2. I don't care for it at all. And really, it's just that one attack. Like, that one attack brings this boss from, like, a high B tier to, like, a high D tier. Like, I feel nothing from doing that. Cool. Well, we can grab his, great rune now. All right. And there's that. Yeah, this one's passive is you get HP upon defeating enemies, which is, I believe, also a talisman in the game. But it also boosts HP from your flasks. So my flasks heal for more. So it acts as like getting another sacred tier, I guess. I just really like that system a lot. It makes it feel like a Metroidvania, the way you, like, collect these permanent upgrades to, like, your character as you go along, as opposed to just using a rune arc and getting a temporary bonus. I'm a big fan. All right, we're actually going to backtrack a little bit and go pick up another weapon, which I missed. I'm sure I missed a lot of weapons, actually. I might just go on, like, a giant gathering spree here. But there should be, maybe in here, a weapon for us. Nope, other side. Things are exploding. This isn't good. Yeah. Okay. So I believe the Troll's Golden Sword is pretty much just a copy. Another weapon we have, the Troll's Knight Sword. Like, it even looks identical. It's just gold, basically. I mean, they look a little different. But, like, let's hold this in one hand and then this in the other. Yeah. So this one, I assumed was going to be like a faith weapon, I guess, which is why I overlooked it, just because it had golden in the name, and I'm stupid, and that's just gold equals holy, you know? But no, it actually just is like a strength weapon. Well, maybe quality weapon. They're both a descaling, but its strength requirement's 29 as opposed to the 10 dex, so I'm assuming it's going to, once you upgrade it, lean more towards strength. Seems pretty standard. Does it have poke? It does not. I think the other one has poke, right? If I'm not mistaken. Yeah. Okay, so you know what? That's actually a cool difference. So it's like if you liked this sword, but you wish it had the slash instead of the poke, if that's just your preference, then, you know, here's this version for you. I guess it also doesn't scale with int like the other one does, but if you want it. I think the other one's a somber weapon too, if I'm not mistaken. So that would also be a reason to use this with the split damage and all. I kind of assume this is going to be a pretty box standard kind of colossal sword. Watch me get like a 1% drop from this guy right here. No? Okay. I deserve so many 1% drop rates after it took me so long. so long to get the Watchdog's sword. That was insane. 8% drop rate, my ass. I need everyone watching this to test that. There is absolutely no shot that's an 8% drop rate, man. That took forever. So with that done, we still haven't done Rennala, which is weird for me. I always do Rennala, but we can head back to that whenever. I want to use all of the rest of the int weapons that we haven't really used yet. I think we've used all of these. We just need to do Blide Sword, so we can go kill Astel real quick. I mean, we could use the Troll's Golden Sword, kind of see how it goes. All right, here we go. I decided I was going to use the Watchdog's Great Sword, because it does scale better with strength by quite a lot, actually. I looked into it, and I think the Troll's Golden Sword is definitely supposed to be a quality weapon and not a heavy weapon. It had, like, I think it maxes out at, like, a B scaling, is what it said. I cannot tell you the last time I fought this guy, by the way. It might have actually been, like, a year ago. Damn, that was a big one. I don't remember this guy being this easy. Just one of those things I got good with. He didn't even teleport. Wow, that was it. That's crazy. I don't know if that's just how good this weapon is, or if that's just how weak he is, or how strong I am. I got no clue. I mean, it's already an S rank in strength, and it's only plus 18. Very nice. Oh my god, 1,000 damage. This is not even a fully upgraded weapon. We are in the 4 digits. That's crazy. I was really, you know what? I might be even more mad this weapon's good. Because, like, I was just banking off this being a trash weapon so I can just tell you to never grind for it. But if this weapon's actually good, I don't want to condemn anyone to that grinding that I did. I mean, statistically, yours isn't going to be as bad as mine because I just got extremely unlucky for so long. Oh, that damage is gross. Oh my god. I know. I'm over leveled. This isn't really a thing with this weapon. It's just, I think I'm close to level 100 at this point. Yeah, 98. Fuck this dude, by the way. Fuck him in his stupid parrying ass. God, he sucks. I should always come here over leveled just to dunk on his ass. I hate him so much. I don't know why, but part of me was thinking I could finish this run today. I don't think it's gonna happen. At the time of recording, my video is a week old today. I released it on a Friday. It's the next Friday now. I'm very self-conscious that this video is gonna be super delayed because I haven't started any editing or thumbnail work yet. I was really hoping to do like a video every 2 weeks, but it might be like every 3 weeks. I don't know. I mean, I imagine once I get the hang of it, it'll go a lot faster. But it's just Elden Ring's just such a big game. I don't know how fast I can realistically get this video done. I really hope this video, I don't know. I just hope for improvement as I go. I sincerely hope that the Greatsword run for DS3 will be my worst video. Like, I hope I can just keep improving and improving and improving. Maybe do a little more editing because I really like the minimalist style, but I would like to dabble with maybe a quick funny edit every now and then. I just don't want it to feel jarring when it happens. Yeah. That's rough. That's rough, Rennala. Sorry boot that. She didn't do anything. My physic didn't even wear off from when I fought the NPC guarding her elevator, dude. That's insane. I just speed ran this whole area in like 8 minutes from start to finish. That's nuts. That's good. That's some good stuff right there. Well, there's the ring we needed. Whoops. I shouldn't even add that to the counter because who cares, but it's funny. I mean, if I added the one where I fell off a cliff and Caelid, I'll count that. Here, let's try to hit this ledge this time. There you go. I am curious about this weapon. I'm gonna go fight that dragon real quick. Or I might not kill the whole thing, I just need to test out this damage. Nope, it's just good. It's just really good. That's very solid damage. And it also helps if you hit your target. Already got a stagger. Super good. Again, I cannot stress this enough that my strength isn't even that high because I had to split into intelligence to use some other weapons, and this is not a fully leveled weapon. I need to stress that as I use this. Like, the damage I'm doing is not the ceiling. It is far from it. No buffs at all, even. No buffs. No Golden Bow, no Flame Grant Me Strength, no nothing. Yeah, not even a headshot. Yikes. Unfortunately, against my better judgment, Watch Dogs Greatsword most definitely gets a recommend from me. Crazy good weapon. You get it to, if you infuse it with heavy, you get that S in strength super early. Just really good. Don't skip out on that. Sorry, Blide. Sorry, buddy. I'll take that armor and I'll take that sword though. Okay, kind of abrupt change of plans, but I looked into it a little bit more. And Fire Giant actually has 0 damage negation against magic. That doesn't mean he's weak to it, it's just he doesn't actively resist it. So that's really good. So we're actually going to kill Fire Giant with this, not only to kind of cross a weapon off the list a little bit, so we can go ahead and get the rest of our upgrade materials, because that's huge for us. I went ahead and upgraded this weapon to +8. We only had 1 of each Somber Stone past 6, so I'm kind of hoping this pays off. And we also equipped Blide's set. I put 2 more points into stamina so we could wear it. We can't wear the mask, but that's okay. I don't usually wear helmets in these games. I really do adamantly dislike the second phase of Fire Giant. I actually think the first phase is fine. I just don't like how he doesn't really have a clear weak point. Okay, it's like, what are you supposed to hit in phase 2? Like, he takes a big hit in HP when he transitions from phase 1 to 2. I feel like that was almost done like last minute, like due to like feedback from quality assurance. I know that's kind of like a big assumption, but like, he has a lot of HP, but he just doesn't take damage to anything. But like, you do so little damage to him in phase 2, you can't even see like the yellow in the health bar go down. Like, it's crazy. Fire Giant's kind of one of those bosses that I like to refer to as the "you're dead now" boss, where everything is going perfectly okay, and then he just kind of rolls over and one-shots you, and you're like, oh, I'm dead now. Like, the fight could have been going good or bad, it doesn't matter. You could have been at full health. It's just, oh, okay, but it's over. Like, phase 1 I like. Like, it's clear what your objective is, you're hitting his foot, but then when that's not the objective anymore and he tears off his foot, it's like, okay, what am I aiming for now? His hands? Well, not really, because his hands they're in the air, and he only puts them down when he's like when he's like punching the ground. So that's like a weird amount of time for an attack window. It doesn't feel very intentional. So it's like, okay, his eye, I guess? But like, it's all the way up there, how are you hitting his eye? But then it's stuff like that, he puts his hands down, it's like, okay, I'll hit his hand. It has that yellow in his health bar, and now his hands are gone. And it's like, okay, well, what am I supposed to be hitting then? Clearly not his hands, because they're unhittable. Am I hitting his knees? But then you hit his knees and it does no damage. So like, okay, no. His feet, maybe? Poke his feet? No, that's even worse damage. Like, tell me what I'm doing wrong here. I've played this game so many times, and I just don't know how to fight this guy. Like, okay, hit his hand, and he moved his hand, and he moved his hand, and he moved his hand. You know what I mean? Oh, there's his hand, he moved his hand, I couldn't hit it. Like, it just sucks. This is a boss that I've kind of soured on over time. I used to not get the hate like at all, is like, when this game launched, people despised this boss. Look at these hands! Like, are you kidding me? Did you see that shit? You're just not allowed to hit this guy at all. So it's like, okay, so even though he takes the most damage from his hands, you're not supposed to hit him because they're so unobtainable, you know? So what am I hitting? Obviously I can't hit his head, it's way up there. So this is the damage you do while fighting this guy. You just stand in a weird spot, kind of between his legs, and just chip away at the mountain of HP this guy has. It doesn't feel intentional. No matter how you fight this guy, it feels like you're doing it wrong. And that's what I hate about it. It's kind of how I feel about Malenia's Waterfell dance. No matter how you dodge it, it just kind of feels weird. Where you're like, is this really how that was supposed to happen? You have to like run the first one, dodge through the second one, and then the third one you like just spam dodge? Like, no matter how you do that, it just feels weird. Keep in mind, we're doing good damage. This could be way worse than what we're doing. But doing 1,300 damage in an entire R1 chain combo is nuts. Like, 300 damage a swing with a colossal sword is just unacceptable. And it's not the sword's fault, it's just Fire Giant. That's just how he's built. Like, I get he's a giant, and, you know, big scary giant, he should be tough, but this doesn't feel like tough. This just feels like they just added way too many zeros at the end of something here. He keeps moving his hands, and I can't hit his hands. And there you go. What a fight, you know? Absolutely nothing happened there. But let's go ahead and fight Godskin. We'll see how it goes. I forgot to swap my stupid physic. God damn it. Oh well, we'll have that sweet blood loss protection against Godskin Duo, famous for their blood mechanics. That's pretty decent damage. I've seen worse. Come on over. Well, I took all of that damage for not very much in return. That's not great. Damn, okay. I don't usually die to that one. And he just went right over. You're not allowed to do that. Fuck you. Break your kneecaps now. Go die. How are you not dead? What do you mean? I can't. What? That's the worst throw I've had this run, I swear to God. What? Fuck this dude. Alright, I'm done with this weapon. I don't. We still haven't used Troll's Golden Sword. We might as well. Let's check this damage. I don't actually know if that's better or worse. It's kind of similar. How do I keep missing Lion's Claw? What? How is it missing? I'm right in front of you. What? What? This dude's insane. Go down. Stagger or something. Thank God. What is wrong with me? Go down. Fuck you. Stagger. Thank you. Thanks for hitting me while my back was turned. Super cool of you. There we go. That was annoying. Alright, technically we only have 2 more Colossal Swords in the base game. We just got Godslayers, which we've had for a hot minute in Maliketh's. Let's go and push forward, grab Alexander's Talisman, grab the very last upgrade bell bearing that we need, and then to Mohg. Are you ready to see a man get his ass kicked by Mohg? I hope you are. We are at a plus 24 greatsword. We'll see how this goes. Also, something I didn't quite remember. The greatsword actually doesn't go to S scaling. It stops at A scaling. Also, I'm fat rolling and did not realize that. Whoops. Let's try to fix that. There we go. I thought something was off. I went to dodge roll, my controller vibrated. That doesn't usually happen. Something I don't really like about Mohg is he does a lot of the, you know, your standard Elden Ring attack 45 times. Now you have a 2-second attack window type deal, I think. I don't like that a lot with this guy, because it's not one of those bosses where you get attacks in as you fight them. Ouch. But I don't know how to put it. I was never crazy about Mohg, to be honest. People tout him as like one of the best fights in the game. I mean, I'd say he has like one of the best soundtracks in the game. I'd feel pretty confident in that. But like in terms of a fight, it's just kind of okay. It sucks that it has like a weird gimmick to it where you need a physic that's like weirdly weird to get. You have to like backtrack to an area of the game you've already been to get a physic that just stops his one bullshit attack from happening. But he still heals off of the attack. He just doesn't, you know, kill you with it, which is just so strange. I feel like I'm missing something. I was really hoping I could like stun him out of it. Yeah, see, it still hurts you. It just doesn't like hurt you. It's just very odd to me, because it's like a gimmick that can't really be solved. Like, you can lessen it, but you can't like fix it. Very strange. I think it's weird that he's, you know, Lord of Blood, but he's weak to blood, but like resistant towards everything else. He's just a very confusing guy. He has a giant moveset, which is pretty cool, but I just don't like how much airtime he gets and how that makes it just kind of annoying to fight him, because you just have to wait for him to be done. But, I mean, there he goes. DLC time. Man, this view right here, oh man. I don't know what really possessed me to do it, but I actually recorded my first impression of the DLC like the day it dropped. I don't know if I have the video file anymore, but it's when you walk out and see that like amazing sight for the first time. I remember being so just taken aback by it. It's so pretty. I didn't record for very long. Like, I remember I kind of like walked around here. Then I went to the whatever of Solitude, Knight of Solitude, whatever his name is, that has the Solitude greatsword and the armor, and I got my ass beat for like 30 minutes straight, and then I just ended the recording. Basically, the reaction to me seeing the open world for the first time is like the only thing worth salvaging from that. I'm going to do one of those pauses as I just go around and collect a billion different shadow fragments. I call them Skidoo fragments. I know that's not how you say it, but it's funny. It's Skidoo. Like that's just a funny word. Like, I'm not responsible for that. I think a grown-ass man isn't gonna sit here and laugh at the word Skidoo, and you're wrong, because I am. I will laugh at it. Alright, so if this guy doesn't drop it, then I got no idea where it is. I just kind of assume that that's the sword. Man, thanks for really getting that heal off, though. Really appreciate that, dog. Please die swiftly. Please. Yay. Okay, so how is this different in, like, any way to the one that's right? Like, look at that. It's the same weapon. It's like that actually might be the exact, yeah, that's the same model. Literally the same weapon. In fact, let's dual wield them real quick. Yeah, can't you tell? I mean, that honestly might be kind of cool for dual wielding. Oh, hi. I didn't expect you to see me doing that. Okay, so the deal with this weapon that separates it from the other is, that. We just get one of those. Cool. But it sure did do 9 damage to that guy, so, you know, I think it's pretty good. So I know this kind of seems like a weird jump, but we're gonna go and fight Placidusax now. And that is solely because there's not really any bosses that are weak to magic. All of them just resist it. And I feel like I could just do Placidusax, I'm gonna be honest. Now, I don't ever fight this guy because his runback's annoying, and I usually just forget about him, to be honest, even though he's a really cool boss. But he equally resists all elements by 40 resist, which I think how that works is that means he takes 40% less damage. I think that number directly, like, corresponds to that. I did not change my physic from when I fought Mohg. That's really cool. Love that for us. Whoops. Dodged it anyway. Haha. Alright, see how much damage this does? Like 1 R1 worth of damage, I guess. Not terrible. Ow. Oh, important. I also went back and got Mohg and Morgott's Great Rune. Please make it. Yeah. So Morgott's is very good. It acts as an emergency heal when we get low, which activated just now. So that's what that was. It's really good that this weapon has a poke because that is the only damage type that Placidusax actually resists. Or that he doesn't resist, sorry. He is literally resistant to every single form of damage in the game that is not pierce. So that's effectively his weakness. So this actually isn't very helpful with deciding if this weapon's good or not, because I don't know if this is good damage for Placidusax, because I just never fight him. I need to fight him more, because I enjoy the boss, and as I've said a million times, I love dragon fights, actually. I'm a fan. It's just I always forget this guy, which is a shame because he's like one of the better dragon fights. Ouch. Whoa! Holy damage. Wow. We are out of heals, ladies and gentlemen. This is where I get super quiet now. Damn, I thought that was just going through the front. That sucks. I thought he was just gonna blow that in front of him. I didn't know he was going around his whole body. You know, after seeing Bayle, it's kind of weird that they, like, had a draw. I feel like Bayle's just the more powerful dragon. I mean, maybe Placidusax lost a lot of his strength, like, during the draw, you know? I feel like the Bayle fight is, like, a lot more challenging than the Placidusax fight. Well, I guess this guy literally teleports, so... Yeah, I don't really know what I was smoking that first time. I guess I was just getting used to his moveset again. But this guy's really easy, actually. I say that now, and everything's gonna go wrong, but I honestly think it's kind of easy. I take it back. I mean, that's just solid damage. Just very solid. Blink. He doesn't have like a ton of moves, I don't think, comparatively. And he just kind of, I don't know, just honestly not that bad. I don't want to totally discount this weapon. I feel like we didn't really use it that much. So let's go ahead and use it on this guy out here. Get fucked. I feel like this is an enemy that pretty much everyone I've seen on their first playthrough, like, super struggle on, including me, by the way. I remember this guy specifically, and the one sitting outside the capital was like a huge gatekeep for me personally. These guys are so telegraphed and so slow that, like, man, I need to shut the fuck up. Wow. I don't know. I feel like they're so slow and telegraphed that it's like, I mean, I got hit once, which was really stupid, but like, really? I think that might be the most I've ever adjusted to an enemy, you know? Like, they started as this unstoppable force of nature my first playthrough, and now it's just absolute nothing burgers from all of them. Like, they never touch me. All right, well, we can start using our faith stuff, so that is really exciting. I think the most natural thing to do now would be to go to Malenia and do her stuff, because this sword does do fire damage, which I forgot. Like, I remember the Ash of War was fire, but I forgot that, like, it did fire with every swing, and Malenia does have a slight weakness to fire. Might as well take advantage of that. Wow, we could just also miss all of that. That works too. I'm probably going to need to allocate a flask or two to my FP, just because that is more of a problem now that I have like these incants that I'm using to buff before I go into a fight. There we go. All right, as you kind of saw in that fight, the R1 chain is kind of different. It reminds me of the alternate R1 chains for the greatswords in DS3. Where it kind of flows into each other. It's pretty cool. It doesn't have the poke, unfortunately. I mean, R1 chain is pretty cool. And then you get the Queen's Black Flame. That's pretty cool, I guess. That follow-up too. I didn't know that was a thing. But it should do pretty decent damage since we have Alexander's Shard. That's something to look forward to, at least. Well, I probably just got my luck back with that one. I don't even want to know what the drop rate for that was. I swear that's my first time coming through here. That's probably like a 2% drop rate I just got first try, because of course it is. Of course it's not a weapon we can, you know, like actually use. It's a thrusting sword. Just so you know, keep this in mind. Bookmark this for when that good old thrusting sword run comes along like a year from now. Just remember how I got that first try way back when. I can't wait for that to take 4 hours. A potential another insane drop here. I don't know how rare this is. I don't know what I'm doing. I don't want to use up all my luck in this run on weapons I don't need. I kind of wanted to go and get the two-handed sword talisman, but I'm kind of lazy, so I don't think I am. Alrighty, let's see how it goes. Not exactly the damage I was hoping for, to be honest. I do have a Scorpion Charm on, so I was kind of hoping for a little bit more. I've already used my emergency heal. Here we go. And we're already using Waterfell. I love how she has like no punish window after Waterfell as well. Like it's already like the hardest attack in the game to dodge, and it doesn't even let you punish after it. It's just like, well, all right. Well, I don't know why I thought I could just tank through that. So maybe it would like stun lock her or something. I don't really know. Yeah, our damage is like kind of not great, to be honest, for something she's supposed to be actively weak to. So I think I'm gonna go grab two-handed sword, maybe just get some more levels in general in the DLC, and we'll just come back to it. I'm not too worried about Malenia. We'll just go ahead and try our hand at some of the DLC bosses. I feel like I'm doing more damage than I was with Malenia, and we're currently standing in water. And she's doing way less damage. Huge lag spike, by the way. I couldn't see her through the particle effects of my own attack. That's a first. Of course, it's raining, just to hurt our fire damage even more. That's super cool. Didn't even realize this building didn't have a roof. I bet the Fire Knight Greatsword would be really good here, because it's also fire, but it does good like pierce damage because of its R2. She hasn't staggered yet? Can you do that now? I hit you like 6,000 times. I don't know why you're not staggering. I wasn't really aware, but this weapon is actually a dex weapon, which I didn't think there were any in this weapon category. So I am technically leveling like the wrong stat. I just have like the minimum amount of dex. I don't think it should affect us that much. Like its secondary scaling is faith, and it's like a C scaling. That is already higher than some others we've used, so shouldn't be like too much of a big deal. Nocturne Ever transition, that's always good. I'm gonna try to go for an Ash of War here. Let's go for another. That was very risky. Funk. And my buffs have kind of depleted, so my damage is not as good. That rain do be raining. Not doing us any favors. There we go. I don't know what was up with those first attempts. I don't usually struggle that much against Rennala or Rellana. God damn it. You know what I mean. Well, it's been like an hour later. Maybe like 2 hours. Closer to 2 hours. But I have gathered many a Skidoo and explored most of the map. I just gotta do Dragon Man so I can do the dragon area. And then, I don't know. Maybe we could do Sunflower. I think Sunflower's probably weak to fire. I mean, his arena is in water though, I think. So I'm not totally sure. But our Skidoo is pretty high, so it shouldn't matter. We're at 12. I think like the soft cap is like 14. So we're pretty much there. Dragon Man isn't hard at all, but he has a few like one-shot moves that you gotta look out for. So I don't really want to use like an Ash of War or anything. Also NPC fight, love that, love those. Should we'll use it, why not? Funk. Remember those one-shot moves I was talking about? He used one of his one-shot moves, which is why I didn't use my Ash of War, you know, that I was talking about just then. That's why you don't do that. Just a fun tip for everyone at home. You don't do that. That's such a stupid one-shot too, because it doesn't look like it's a one-shot. Like, he just kind of grabs you. Like, how does that do quadruple the damage as, like, Malenia's grab? Like, that doesn't feel right. No. Okay, well, there's that, I guess. I think just about any time we want, we can go grind for the Fire Knight's Greatsword. I just wanted to use this one a little bit more. I feel like we haven't had a good opportunity to use the Ash of War at all. It's just so slow. That's why all my favorite Ashes are stuff like the Flaming Slash one, the Lion's Claw, you know, just the stuff you can just whip out whenever, you know, unsheath, square off. You know, just like the use instantly, super fast, also does incredible damage somehow. Like, Alexander's Talisman helps for sure, but like, I don't know. Okay, so I've never actually been in this cave before, but I'm pretty sure this is where we get one of our colossal swords. It's that ancient meteor sword? Yeah, I think it's in here. Now, I haven't gotten any of like the weapons found in like the forges. I know you need like a sword to like put in to get them. I don't think you need to do that with this one. Wow, and an ancient dragon smithing stone. So yeah, this place doesn't have a boss. You just leave. Yeah, that's gonna be a arcane kind of deal. It does magic damage though. Wait a minute, what? It doesn't scale with intelligence though. Well, here's one of the more annoying fights of the run. That Inquisitor with all the weird spirit Inquisitors around him. Not sure how you avoid the big guy, but I'll work on it, I guess. These go off in time. Bam. God, it's so annoying. Like, God. Like, look at this. Wow. Actually, no HP left. That's crazy. That's really cool. Love that for me. I don't think I've ever seen a boss with that little HP remaining. That's kind of nuts. I'm more impressed than anything. I'm not gonna lie, I'm kind of disappointed with this weapon. I thought it was gonna be really good, and it's just kind of okay. Like, I'd put it on a similar tier as, like, Troll Knight's Greatsword, I guess. Like, I have a build for it, and it's still not really working. I didn't even really have a build for Troll Knights. It just kind of did its thing. It's a very stylish weapon, but it's just kind of okay. Nice. I just kill him before the phase transition this time. That's much easier. I don't know. I'm just very whelmed by the weapon, you know? Not over or under, just whelmed. It is extremely okay. I forgot to use Golden Vow, but that's okay. We don't even need it. I mean, it's like, our damage isn't bad for sure. It's just, for a Colossal Sword, at such an overkill Skidoo level, I'm at 15 right now, I think. It's still just not very good. Like, it's passable. I mean, I know we're in water right now too, so that's hurting the damage a little bit. And again, not great for a ultra great sword, you know, for a colossal sword. A not great colossal sword is just like still a good weapon. I don't think you can really go wrong. For the foreseeable future, we're going to be riding this elevator up and down 400 times, and we're going to grind for it. You have the benefit of watching a pre-recorded video. I'm live, so I'll see you in 4 hours when this takes even longer than the stupid Watchdog greatsword. Okay, yeah, that took forever actually. That was a lot. If you can't tell by the look of me, I have acquired a little bit more than the sword. I've acquired almost all of his armor. Helmet, armor, gauntlets. I just couldn't get the the pants, but everything else. I got the armor a lot. I got that more than once. Just wanted to show that off. Also, if you didn't know, this helmet actually acts like the Ring of Favor a little bit. Increases HP, stamina, and equip load. So that's kind of cool, actually. This better be the best weapon in the game. That took probably about as long. It took probably an hour and a half. So like not quite as long as the other grind. This one was more chill. So it has the same R1 chain as our previous weapon. Same 1R chain as the Godslayer's Greatsword. And I think something should be special about the heavy. Yes, it has the same heavy as the Zwinehander, which is my favorite. So honestly, depending how this goes, this might be a step above the Zwinehander, because it also has that cool R1 moveset. And then its standard ability isn't really anything, just stamp. But we'll get this upgraded. I'll get spec'd, and we'll see how that goes. Also, here's a note. For how long I was grinding, if we check my inventory, this is how many smithing stones this got me. I started with 0. Or actually, no, not 0. Also the ones I picked up in the mine when I got that one weapon. But you can see the order of events in which I started grinding, is I got the hat pretty early on, and then just kept getting armor and kept getting stones. So I had like maybe a few stones of each of these. I guess I don't have to buy any of those for the rest of the run. So that's good, I guess. You know, I thought I'd do something kind of goofy. I don't know if it's gonna really work, but a lot of bosses in the DLC have a holy weakness. And I was kind of bummed out that we didn't really have any holy based ultra greatswords. So I think what I want to do is infuse a weapon we already have, like the Guts greatsword, and just throw Sacred on it, you know? Like, what's the harm in that? Standing in front of Messmer, and obviously fire isn't really going to be great against him because fire guy, but he's actually weak to holy damage in his second phase, although he does resist it in his first. So what if we just throw Sacred on? Why don't we get a bit silly here? Great start. Great start. I didn't say it out loud because I didn't want to jinx it, but since we're definitely not doing it now, I had the secret hope that we could get this in under 40 deaths, and I do not think that is going to happen. Funk. There we go. Wondering how long it would take for me to break his knees. Phase 2. There we go. Alright, we should have it in the bag now. Oh, big damage. That's that weakness we were looking for. This phase is gonna go by super quick. Not if I choke it, though. No! No, please. Please. Oh, the clutch heal. Oh my god, people. Oh man, that's gonna feel bad though. I feel like people are gonna feel some kind of way about that because I absolutely deserve to die there. That sucks. Ooh, yikes. Ooh. I'm gonna hear about that in the comments. Oh man, I would have totally survived that without my, you know, my great rune clutch. You know, that was a tactical thing I've done. Was not cheese. I don't know what you're talking about. And see how this Ash of War does. See what all the hype's about. That's pretty good. Ouch. Okay, I don't think I've ever been grabbed by this guy before. I'm just trying to show you guys animations you may have never seen, you know? Just looking out for you. I'm actually doing a strat where I get hit by every single attack. It's a pretty good strat. I'd recommend it. I don't know what he's doing. I don't play this guy very often. Oh my god, that damage. I didn't even hit his head the first time. Fucking yikes. I want to save Gaius too, because I believe he's weak to holy damage. But the problem is I want to kill Gaius to get his, the Skidoo fragments that he has. So, like, I need him for Radahn. Because Radahn's gonna be such a bitch. No, please die. Uh-oh. Wow. I, didn't have time to run away. Love that. Love dying to a flower. It's pretty cool. You know what? Let's use this opportunity, actually. We've seen what this weapon can do. Let's see if that improves Godslayer's sword at all. Everything theoretically should be the same. You know? It's got, you know, the fire in it. It'll be doing that fire damage. I want to see it. Show me the vision, Godslayer. If it's still not good, then it's just actually not a good weapon. And that sucks. You are in a perfect scenario to succeed, buddy. Not if I get insta-blood lost. Alright. Okay. Okay. Now we're thinking of portals. Could you not be cringe? Like, fuck. Get your big ass head down here. Okay, I get it. Big scary guy. We still don't really have a good chance to use our Ash of War though. I'll try to use it here. Nope. Okay. See, well, that's what I mean. Ash of War is really good. You will never ever find a practical purpose for it though, which is just unfortunate. That's just the case with all these fancy ashes. See, like, it just gets you killed. There's no reason to use it. Unless you're, like, farming, I guess. But even then, you could just be using, like, Wave of Gold. I just don't think there's any real point to that weapon, to be honest. Especially when Fire Knight Greatsword exists. It's kind of just better. I mean, for sure, let me know, like, in the comments or something, if I'm just using it wrong, if my stat spread is what's happening, or... I feel like the main draw of that weapon is the Ash, and I just don't think the Ash is very good. Like, the damage is just better. It's just a better Godslayer. I don't know what to tell you. There we go. I don't know why I was making that so hard for myself. It's not hard. It's a sunflower. Not as weak as Sunflower, but Sunflower is weak. Well, I missed the critical hit. That's okay. I'll just sit here and get Scarlet Rot instead. I prefer that solution. I think this is one of those NPCs that's, like, apparently super important, but just doesn't get, like, a cutscene, so it tricks you into thinking they're not. I got no idea what her deal is. She's just kind of here. Oh yeah, here's your mention of NPC fight bad. Man, there was so much I could do right there. Like, man, my options were just so many. Also, in these invasions, we don't have our Great Runes active, so that's also making it a little bit more difficult. We're back to normal. Yep. Sorry, Leda. I think your armor's cool, though. I like your armor. Alright, let's fight Radahn now. He's only, like, allegedly the hardest fight in any video game ever made. Since the sword is really cool, it's going to be doing pierce damage, which is going to be good with Radahn here. Oh yeah, that's good damage. That's really good damage, actually, for Radahn. Hold on just a patty flippin' minute. I'm fumbling. Don't look. I mean, if there's any fight in the game to have, like, an excuse to struggle on, it's this one. I also forgot to equip my talismans that I usually use for this fight, so this first attempt's gonna be really scuffed. But I actually think we might make it pretty far. Okay. Yikes! That's the classic Radahn right there. It's a bummer they never really fixed the performance issues with this fight. Like, again, I got a pretty beefy computer and it's still kind of chugging along. Oh, shit. I mean, this isn't going to be the attempt, but I'd be kind of surprised if it was our first one of the day. Big poke. Not as big of a poke because my buffs wore off, but that's okay. I am perfectly okay with that being the progress for the first attempt. I still had my golden scarab on, so that is a reason right there. Oh, fuck, I panic rolled. Fuck. Man, he just fucking stun locks your ass. Fuck. Fuck. Alright, that's it for me tonight. It's too late. We'll get it tomorrow. We'll finish the game tomorrow. It sucks I've literally played this game for like a week straight for one playthrough. It's kind of nuts. It's the next day. We're gonna get it first try, because that's how it always goes. Man, it's not going good. Okay, well, you know, that's not a great start, to be honest. That's a pretty shit start, actually. You got me doing Consort Radahn at 9 in the morning. I'm still drinking my coffee. Haven't even showered yet. Ah, fuck. I thought that was the end of it. I don't know why. The problem is I can't get my buffs to last into phase 2. Ah. Nope. Okay. Ah. That's what I was hoping for. That's a death for us. No, it's not. I don't want to jinx it again, but I think we got it. Stagger right where it mattered. Love to see it. Wow, this Consort Radahn right there. I think we're at like a plus 18 Skidoo. Yeah. So like almost max, but you know, it is what it is. But we have the Great Sword of Radahn Lord, and then the Great Sword of Radahn Light. We could technically dual wield them like this. Okay, so the Lord version is this. So same kind of deal as the ones from the base game. But it has the Ash of War called Promised Consort. Let's see what that does. Let's just ruin this guy's day. Okay. That's alright, I guess. We should also throw on Alexander's Talisman just to see better damage. Because these are unupgraded, by the way. I'm just checking, like, movesets and stuff. Like, this is how much damage they're doing. I mean, I guess, to be fair, we should upgrade them first. I don't know what I'm smoking. Okay, so here's a proper look at the Lord variation. We'll try the damage. Obviously, okay, it's gonna one-shot. Alright, Promised Consort. And you know what? I don't know if it affects the Ash of Wars as well. Just as well also boosting Power of Miquella's Light. I'm gonna assume that encompasses the Ashes as well. We'll see this. I mean, it's okay. I guess I was expecting like a screen nuke or some shit for like, you know, beating the entire game, basically. Like, beating the hardest boss in the game. In a famously hard game. It's just a very long combo. I think it, like, okay, don't get me wrong. It's performing really well here, but I think my problem is it's not gonna be that good in a boss because it's so long. It's like the same problem I've had with the Godslayer sword this whole run, you know? It's like, yeah, cool. Like it does a lot of damage and it's good damage and it cuts their max HP. Like, yeah. But it takes so long to use. It will never ever be practical in a boss fight where every enemy in this game has 14 long combo strings, you know? I like that too, honestly. Ooh, I actually really like that. I might like that better, to be honest. It has less like crowd control potential, obviously. I think where it really shines is just that single target damage that it's capable of. And it's chargeable too, so that means it's probably compatible with Godfrey Talisman, I believe it is, which I don't think I'm going to go and get just for the sake of this, but that is good to know. Oh yeah, keep in mind, these don't scale with Faith at all, which I thought they did, so our damage isn't going to be nearly as good, because that's like our main stat right now. Bam. Holy light. Die now. Okay. Yeah, it does a lot of damage. You just kind of have to be able to tank the damage in order to do it. Nope, I ran out of FP right at the end. Love to see it. Well, you can't even hit him there. That's awesome. Like, his horse made a noise and it knocked me out of my Ash of War. Promised Consort has so little hyper armor that the dude neighed and it knocked me clean out of it. Let's do Gaius actually, so we can get the last of our Skidoo. Here's his bullshit charge attack though. You love it. Tell me what I did wrong. I would love to know what I did wrong there. And he knocks me out of my Ash. I'm sensing a pattern here. You know, maybe Lords is better now that I'm using it more. That extra damage really just helps it out. Yeah. I hope the amount of deaths I've had can showcase how, like, god-awful I am at this game, despite having so many hours in it. Because this run I'm doing has pushed me over the 1100 hour mark. This is easily my most played single-player game ever. And almost my most played game ever. I think the only thing that can beat it was, like, Fortnite. I was big into Fortnite back in the day. I most definitely had more hours in that. Thank you for hitting me out of my attack. Can you stop running? This boss is way more annoying than I remember it being. Wow, there's a reason I never do this one. Holy. I really like Dancing Lion. I didn't really like him at all my first time, but I've grown to really like him. There we go. So, I think these are fun weapons. I just don't think they're that practical. Like, that's like the super frustrating thing about Elden Ring to me. Is like the best weapons are just like the most plain and boring. It's like, think about all like the best stuff in this game, and it's like the Star Fist weapon. It's just balls on your fist. You know, pause. But it's that. Something like Bloodhound's Fang's really good. You just kind of spam L2 on that. You know, Blasphemous Blade's pretty fun. I like using that. It's just like everything that's like really strong is just like doing this. Just jump R2s or spamming Ashes of War. But when you have like an actually really cool thing like this, it's just so impractical that it just loses to jump R2s or charged R2s. I just find it really frustrating. This has one of my favorite cutscenes in all of Souls. I just wish it went on for a little bit longer. Damage is not great. Great music though. Absolutely love it. Whoops. I don't know how we survived that. I've never seen that attack in my life. Never, not once has he used that. What? Okay, noted. I'm seeing a bunch of stuff from Midra I've never seen before. I just disagree with that damage. I'm dead. Okay, his attack chain was 4,000 years long. That's my bad. I try to get one attack in 15 minutes. That's too greedy. Forgot I was playing Elden Ring. Okay. You know, I think I'm done with these weapons. It's, they're just not good. I mean, like, they're fine, but for a final weapon of the game, they're just not very good. I think I want to do Fire Knight's Flame Art and go do Malenia now. We've been putting her off, and I don't want to forget about her. Like, the weapon's flashy and cool, but, like, Flame Spear just works, you know? There needs to be way more fast Ashes of War in, like, an Elden Ring sequel. I hope they learn that, like, the super flashy, super long ones just aren't effective. I'm sorry, how many times do I have to hit you before you stagger? I'm sorry? Hello? You're Malenia? You're not Radahn? What? Welcome to the you lose attack. Population you, cause you lose when she uses it. I know it's like, well, go get a crafting kit and make freezing pots, because a freezing pot knocks her out of it. And it's like, what other attack in this entire game do you need a fucking crafting kit to counter? There is not a single attack in this game where a crafting kit is required. That cannot be the solution. They just made a busted ass attack, and it's the hardest boss, so who cares? Like, I thought you wanted a hard boss, and it's like, well, yeah. Consort Radahn doesn't have an attack where you need a fucking crafting kit to get by. Well, that was a good run. That sucks. She had to use it when I was right underneath her. The only place I couldn't dodge that. Oh, maybe because I don't have my buffs active now. Whoops. Heard that, boss? I mean, it's a dead run because I got Scarlet Rot, but yeah. Yep. Horrible start. Or horrible finish, I guess. Damn. That's not gonna kill. There we go. We get a whole 2 levels from that, baby. Let's go. I cannot believe I almost forgot about Maliketh. He has an entire weapon we need. I thought we were done. Right before I respec. I was like, wait a minute. Let me double check. We did not do Maliketh. Oink. Okay. That honestly usually is one of the most difficult bosses in a playthrough for me. We just are so overpowered right now, just being super over leveled and all that it doesn't really matter. All right, we have a Maliketh's Black Blade. I think it's a pretty standard weapon when used like just normally like this. It does do a fair amount of damage though. I was not one-shotting these guys before with the Fire Knight Greatsword, which was already probably one of our top colossal swords of the run. So it's like pure damage is very good. None of these weapons I've fully upgraded. They're all +9 or +24. Let's see. We do not have the poke, which I kind of would have expected with this, to be honest. It seems like a very poke-centered weapon. I guess we always have the roll poke, though. That's pretty good. And then we have Destined Death, which I think is just like the incant, if I'm not mistaken. No, okay. That's pretty cool. Yeah, good damage, too. And that's with Alexander's Talisman, I believe. Yep. So, honestly, I think that's going to go pretty well. I think we'll go ahead and do the last of the base game stuff with this, and then I'll use the ore to do the last of the DLC stuff. I think is how we'll do that. Rune Arc. That might be our last Rune Arc of the run. And we are at a solid 12. Don't look up in the top right. You'll see I died just a little bit more than 12 times. But do you see how ridiculous that is? How often you're expected to just grind them? Because, like, I know I was pretty terrible the entire run. But, I mean, just, like, imagine a first-time player. Like, you will never have Rune Arcs. That is a extremely limited resource. Oh, granted, I didn't buy any from any shops, but should you have to? Like, I don't know. All right, the rule with this guy is you either beat him first try, and it's super easy, or he whoops your ass for 45 minutes. There goes his heal. I think what makes this guy annoying is something else I don't like about NPC fights is they just have infinite magic. Like, there's absolutely nothing stopping this guy from using his most powerful spells infinitely, which sucks. Ouch. And this guy's gonna take less damage to our weapon because it is holy. Oops. Oh, you can't roll that. That's interesting. Poke. Poke. I kind of want to save the final boss for last, but I don't want to like respec and then respec again. So this might be it for Maliketh's weapon, to be honest. I'd say it's pretty solid. Let me double check my boss sheet I have. Let's see what else we have left. We do have Midra. We could go and do Midra right now. So in terms of boss that we have left to do, or at least the ones that I'm going to do, Bayle, Midra, and Elden Beast. So we have 3 more bosses in the run, and just 1 more weapon we haven't used. So I think that is going to be it for the Maliketh's weapon here. I didn't use it as much as some others, unfortunately, just because I forgot about it. I'll try to be better about that in the future. But very fun. I think this would honestly succeed a lot just for casual use, just in the overworld. But yeah, pretty solid. I'd be a fan. I would look forward to doing a full playthrough with this, and using like the incant as well. Just getting them both for a kind of bleed build. Or not bleed, but that kind of like damage or HP reduction thing with Destined Death is pretty fun. Alright, here is the final weapon of the run. It has the absolute longest reach by, like a lot, judging by the Fextra Life image. Even though it might not look like it, this is the longest reach. Pretty standard moveset that I can't hit sleeping people with, which is really cool. There we go. This does do magic damage also, but it does not scale with intelligence. So you're getting that magic from, you know, the strength and arcane scaling that this weapon does with. There's that. I believe it has a poke. Yep. Perfect kind of weapon to have a poke. Almost a clean one-shot there. And then it's Ash, which I think is kind of the selling point here, is this. Just that huge charge. Boom. And then if you double tap it, you get that electricity at the end there. Which just fucks everything. Nothing survives it. So I think that's going to make it a good pick for Bayle. But yeah, just weapons like this. I mean, what did we see this whole time with weapons like Godslayer and the like that had these really good ashes? They were just so slow, you could never use them. Look at this. Bam. That's all you need. And then you can extend it further if you have the time to. But it's something like this would have made Radahn even easier. I say even easier like he was a pushover when I died to him like 15 times, but, you know. So yeah, let's go get some bosses. Well, that's not a good sign. Big bop. Poke. Slash. Slash. Okay. Yeah, just extremely solid. Like, no notes. I don't even know really what to say to that. Like, it's a weapon that does what it's supposed to. So I didn't actually go do the quest to get Egon for this fight, so we are just gonna do straight up Bayle, just ourselves. I'm dead. Yep. Whoa! Okay. We also don't have access to Golden Vow or Flame Grant Me Strength anymore because we respect and we don't have any faith. That is hurting a little bit of our damage and defense that we previously just had for free. I just couldn't see where I was at relative to him. I know it may seem like we're not doing a lot of damage, but that's just because this guy has a lot of health. We are doing a lot of damage. Our pokes are doing over 2,000. Like, we are there in the damage department. He's just very tanky. I don't know how to survive it. I don't know how to survive it. I don't know how to survive it. I'm dead. What do I do? He hits the entire map. You see, with attacks like that, it's like, okay, now where's my punish window? Because now he's on the other side of the arena and you can't punish. I just don't like when there's attack chains that have no punish. That would be my only critique really with this fight. And this attack, I guess, that is just like, what do you do? I've died every single time he's used it. Well, he's using it again. This is where I die. Yep. Not sure how to dodge it. Takes up the entire map. I'll work on it. Love that. There we go. You just gotta stop going for the head. That's such a trap. His head, even with the longest, biggest colossal sword in the game, will just straight up miss sometimes. And unfortunately, I do think it is because of the poke. Like, it does more damage and everything, but it doesn't have that swinging arc that you would want for a dragon. That's why I end up using just the running R2 a lot. The poke's good, but like, if you're not lined up, it's just devastating. Does anyone else think you should have fought Marika and Radagon as the final boss instead of Radagon and then Elden Beast? I felt like the whole Marika turning to Radagon thing could have been a cool phase transition. Or fuck it, just like make Elden Beast really easy and make it like a third phase. Or maybe once you kill, you know, Marika, Radagon, you can skip it when you refight it. Kind of like the Moon Presence in Bloodborne for a final boss. Some big damage there. And I couldn't do the follow-up because I was stunned from something. I don't know what. That's gotta be electricity, right? Because if that was magic damage, I don't think it would have done that much. Man, this is my favorite part of the fight, where you just run back and forth, and then he goes up into the sky, where you can't hit him for another 30 seconds, and then he goes back and forth and back and forth. Man, I love just getting hit by shit I can't even see. I didn't think that killed me for a second. I think if this was the whole fight, and he never ran from you, Elden Beast would be looked upon a lot more fondly. It just kind of sucks that this guy is like forever known as like the worst final boss in a FromSoft game. I would argue it's better than Dark Souls 2's. I think Throne Watcher and Defender are kind of lame. Can we not fly up, please? There we go. There we go. If you just stop him from flying up with like a stagger or something, it is so much better. Yeah, we killed God. Let's go. Just under 90 deaths. Dear God. Oh yeah, I forgot we did the Ronnie quest. That was so long ago. Oh man. Alright, I figured we'd do a quick little ranking of all of our great swords here, just to kind of finish us out. I think probably the worst one, I might say the worst one is Grafted Blade, to be honest. Okay, so I think in last place I would put Grafted Blade. It's like the most okay. I don't see a ton of reason to use it past the early game. Like, I didn't even upgrade it. Like, pretty much by the time you have enough upgrade materials that you'd want to be spending it on, you're done using it. I wouldn't use it past, like, Godrick. Like, it pretty much as soon as you get to the lake area, just drop it. Like, just use it long enough to get the Guts Greatsword, and then you're fine. Or just, most likely, skip it entirely and just get the Zweinhander. It's just better. So that was number 16. Number 15, I'm probably gonna do Troll Knight Sword, and not because it's bad, but because it just kind of has a replacement being Moonrathal's Knight Sword. It's literally the same weapon model. Like, it is a copy-paste weapon, same weight, like same everything, probably same scaling, has the same requirements to use. The only reason there's different stats here is because one's a +6, one's a +9. You just don't really have a reason to use Troll Knights if you have Moonrathal. The DLC just kind of replaces that weapon, and even then it's just kind of eh. For 14, I'm gonna probably put the Troll's Golden Sword, just because it's a quality weapon, and I think that's a weird pairing with Colossal weapons. It is a fine weapon. All of these I would consider good. I don't think there's a single bad Colossal Sword in this game. It's just, if you're going with a quality build, you might as well just not do a Colossal weapon, you know? That's kind of weird. You know, you just have a lot of better options with types of weapons you could be using. Other than that, it's just very okay, but I think it's just like objectively worse than just using like Watchdogs. So yeah, that will be number 14. All right, then number 13, very sadly, is going to be the Royal Greatsword. It's just, I want to like it a lot more, but I objectively can't really put it any higher than that when looking at all the other swords that we have left. It's very stylish. It's very cool. Having Frost on a weapon is very cool, but it's just kind of a weird stat spread with like a CC strength int. You're using a colossal sword, so you're not really going to be casting that much magic, I would assume. It's a pretty even split between its physical and magic damage, and magic damage just unfortunately isn't crazy good in this game when you're fighting bosses especially. So that's going to very sadly have to be number 13. I'm going to get a lot of shit for this, I already know it, because I probably just used it wrong, and I don't know how it works. But I was so disappointed with Godslayers. It does fire damage, which is good. It does black flame, which both looks cool and is good. It's dex scaling, which is kind of funky, but I kind of mess with it. It can kind of pair well with Faith. Dex Faith is pretty cool. I could see speccing more into the Faith side and maybe using lightning in cancel along with it, so you have fire and lightning, which is strong. And of course, Dex pairs well with electricity a lot, so there could be some synergy with that. But just effectiveness-wise, its Ash is so slow. You just can't do anything with it, and you're so stationary while it happens that unless you are just running full like the goat talisman, the bull goat talisman, and like a full set of super heavy armor, I just don't think it's gonna work. If you want it to work, you can, but if it's just a weapon you're picking up for, like, let's say you're making an all colossal weapon build, you know, then it's just not great. Objectively, I think that the Greatsword of Radahn, both of them, I'm going to put them right next to each other because they're basically the same weapon. I think they're objectively better than Moonrathil, but Moonrathil is just cool because it has the Phalanx Ash, which is just basically free damage that you don't have to think about. You just use it, and then it's good. But you know what? I am going to put Moonrathil here. It's in the DLC, so you got to get a little further into the game to get it. Like, I know you can go to this DLC in sub 2 hours, but not everyone is a fucking god who can kill, you know, like Mohg with a +0 weapon. So Moonrathil will be our number 11. For 10... yeah, I'm going to put the Greatsword of Radahn Light and Lord for 10 and 9. And I'm going to give the edge to the Lord version because Promise Consort does take longer to use, but the extra damage in the huge AoE that it has is pretty solid. And then for number 8, this is where it gets like really hard, because now there's absolutely nothing left but like A tier and above weapons. This is way harder than I thought. This is... every choice here feels wrong. Like, I don't want to put any of these super low. You know what? This is going to hurt my heart to do, but I can't really justify it being any higher than it is, given its competition. I'm going to put the Greatsword, aka Guts' sword, Berserk sword, whatever you want to call it. It's like the bread and butter of a colossal sword playthrough. It's one of, if not the first ones you'll really pick up in a game, maybe besides the Zwinehander, but you have to like buy that one from a merchant. The Greatsword's just sitting out there for the taking, but I just can't really, like, when paired up, I can't see it really outperforming any other Greatsword. Its maximum scaling is an A and sadly not an S, which I think would have just pushed it over the edge for me versus another Greatsword, but I can't do that. This is where it gets tough. I think the only other thing I can give it is I think it has the best damage negation, like if you use it to block. So, you know, that and the Ruins Greatsword are great shields. But hey, if you need a shield, look no further than the Greatsword. It blocks 84% of damage. So it's better than, you know, maybe some shitty medium shield. So there's that for you. All right, then number 7, I'm going to go and give to the Zwinehander. It is, I think, it's pretty diverse in what you can do. I love that it has the poke. The poke is such a good R2 for colossal weapons, and I'm glad the DLC added a lot more, but I'm also not glad at the same time, because that's what makes it 7, you know? That was kind of its edge that it had on a lot of other weapons, is that poke. in it being among the biggest colossal swords. I believe it's the second longest before the DLC came out, but the DLC gave us longer colossal swords, it gave us more damaging, it gave us a lot of straight upgrades, in my opinion. The biggest one that comes to mind is obviously the Fire Knights. It is pretty much the Zweinhander's older brother. It has, it's got good scaling. You can infuse it. It's got the poke, and it also has the special R1 chain, which really helps it out. It has the same R1 chain as Godslayer's with, the pro of it not being Godslayer. I can't argue with that. Okay, I think this is where I'm going to slot in at number 6 and say Watchdogs. I think if you're looking for just a big, purely scaling with strength weapon, you want nothing else. You don't want any bonuses. You don't want any subtype. You don't want it to do fire or magic or holy damage. You just want a big slab of metal to just fuck something. I think the Watchdogs is the best option for that, which sucks because I fucking hated grinding this weapon. It was so miserable. It is the worst grind I've done in this game. I hate it so much, but I can't argue with the results. S scaling in strength when it's not even fully upgraded. Mine was at a plus 18 and it was S. It might have even been an S before then. I wasn't paying attention. But just mean damage. It's not the shortest greatsword in the world, but it's not the longest. But if you just want that pure damage, also infusible, by the way, if that wasn't obvious. So even if you didn't want to go full strength with it, you could mix it up. Greatly versatile weapon. Not as versatile as the Zweinhander, but if you just want a big bonk stick, this is your go-to for this weapon class. Okay, then coming in at number 5, I'm gonna have to go Maliketh's Black Blade. I think it is a very fun weapon. It's a very thematic weapon. It's probably in lore the strongest weapon in the game. Theoretically, this could instantly kill any enemy, but obviously they have to tone it down for the sake of gameplay. Yeah, great Ash. It would make it really good for New Game Plus playthroughs where you want to cut their max HP because, the HP is super inflated. I didn't get to use it a ton, but I can just tell it's there, the roots of the weapon, the skeleton, I can tell is really good. I just wish I didn't forget about it and could give it more screen time because I think it did really deserve it. Number 4 and 3, I think, are pretty close together, but for number 4, I'm going to go ahead and say Starscourge Greatsword, the first Radahn fight. I think it outclasses the eventual Consort Radahn weapons by a pretty significant margin. You get it a lot earlier. The Ash of War is way faster and way more consistent. It's great for grinding, obviously, as I found. I was very happy to use it. The fact that it can split into 2 weapons is really good. It helps a lot with Claw Talisman if you want to use it. The only thing I have to dock it for is because it's a split weapon like that, it doesn't work with two-handed Talisman, which is the talisman to use for the colossal swords in this game. So that is going to roll into number 3, which is the Ruins Greatsword. Ruins Greatsword is just a menace. It does physical, it does magic, it scales really well with strength and a little bit with int. It takes a lot to be able to wield it, with taking 50 strength to even use, a little bit less if you're two-handing, which you should. Wave of Destruction, great Ash of War, great for clearing out a lot of mobs because it's in a straight line. If you're inside a location like in a castle, it's going to go great. Even with bosses, it being a straight line's good. It's just another really solid hit something really hard. I could even see a case for Watchdogs being above this one if you just want that pure physical damage, but I mean, the magic damage is nothing to sneeze at either. All right, so number 2 and number 1, our options are Fire Knight and the Meteoric Ore. I don't know. These are so good weapons. They're so good. With Fire Knight, you have probably the best moveset in the game with the special Godslayer R1s and the thrust R2s. It's long enough, it does fire damage, you can infuse it, it's compatible with that really good Ash Flame Spear. Just, flame art infuse it and you're golden. But I think it's gonna have to take second place. I'm sorry. I think it's a more meta aspect, but I think lightning damage is overall better than fire, just because water is a thing. If something is standing in water, it's going to take less damage. If it's raining, it's going to do less damage. But with electricity, that's a bonus. If it's raining, it does more. If you're staying in water, it does more. And so many more things stand in water than you think it is, that even if you're not using the Ash for Meteoric, it is just going to be on top, really. Its moveset isn't bad. Its R1s are the standard, but that's fine. There's nothing wrong with it. Its R2s are the poke. It's beautiful. It is the biggest colossal sword in the game. And I don't know about colossal weapons or spears. It might be the longest weapon in the game. I don't know. I would imagine a spear probably takes the cake on that, but it's got to be close. This thing is massive. It's going to do what you want it to do. It's great at pokes, great Ash, good moveset. There's just, what else do you want from it? It does magic damage too, just enough to feel like a little treat, you know? Like I have it to +9 and I have like 350 physical damage, 106 magic. Like it scales with arcane like deceptively well. It's only a descaling, but it keeps bumping up your damage by like 2 or 3 every level, which is very strange. So I feel like its scaling might scare some people off, but it's actually very good. And the thing I love about its Ash is that it's fast. That is something that is such a bummer with so many weapons. I'm looking at you, Godslayer. It's so slow. Like Radahn too, they're slow and they're long. But with Meteoric, it's just, you just whip it out. It's instant. I mean, I'll pull it back up onto the game, but like, look at this. It's just bam, and then you're done. And then you have the option to follow up. And the follow-up does so much damage, and it's a big blast of energy. It's just boom. I don't need this giant wind-up like I'm charging a Dragon Ball, like Kamehameha, you know? Like, just fucking use it. Like, I know it's a colossal sword, but that's so helpful. So I guess I'm glad that we saved the best for last, but that is my ranking. I am so sorry for Godslayer fans. I said it a million times now. I have this feeling in the back of my head that it's actually really good and I just used it wrong. It just seemed to be replaced by Fire Knight sword though. I think Maliketh and Fire Knight both kind of replace it. I bet it has a really strong niche though, is probably its thing. But with all that said, I think it's time we end the game. I think we should go ahead and do Ranni since we're already here. So there we are. Since we're basically cosplaying as Guts, we'll just pretend that Ranni is Casca, and that Casca's okay and not traumatized at all.
My dear Consort Eternal.
And there it is. It only took, what, 6 or 7 sessions, all of them about 2.5 hours apiece. This one being 3 hours, over 3 hours. I have a feeling it's going to take me a long time to edit. I'm probably not even going to start today, because it's like already mid-afternoon on a work night. We'll see. I'll try to get it out this upcoming Friday. If I'm really cool about it, really fast, you should see this on like May 8th. If I can't, then I can't, and I'm sorry. Yeah, great run. Well, I didn't do great, but I had fun. Most of it. Colossal Sword, probably my pick for best weapon type in the game. Not necessarily because it has the best DPS output, but it's just so easy to use to pick up. I mean, it's known as like the brain dead class for a reason. You just pick up the Guts Greatsword and just finish the game. If you are having trouble with this game, it would be either pick up the Guts Greatsword or the Starfist weapons and just do heavy infusion on the Gut Sword and then cold infusion for the Starfists. If you have trouble, those are my 2 go-tos. I mean, after this run, I could say that there's actually 7 weapons better than the Gut Sword. One of them being the Zwinehander, which I didn't really expect. Yes, thank you so much for watching this all the way to the end too. That's some cool shit right there. You have nothing better to do with your time, which sucks for you, I guess. Thank you so much for the support on the last video, all the kind comments I got. I'd like to hear your feedback a lot, actually, about what you would like to see from this series, or especially things I can improve on. Should I just be practicing this game in the background so I don't die 90 times in a playthrough? Probably. Let me know what what game and what weapon class you'd like to see next. I could do Dark Souls 1, but I don't know how boss weapons work in that game, and it scares me. And there's a lot of grinding in that game with weapon drops. A lot of drops are done just from mobs in the overworld. Like, they don't have, like, static locations to pick up. So there's a lot of grinding. I mean, I guess soul duping is pretty easy in that game. It's, like, all menuing, and you can just duplicate as many souls as you want. So I could just, like, pump my luck stack. Or, what? I could pump my luck stat a lot and just cut grinding out, if that's okay. I'm basically cheating, but I don't know. I hate grinding. It would just speed up recording the video. Yes, thank you for watching. Also, let me know what your favorite weapon was, because I am actually very curious. I want to see how my opinion on these weapons and their usefulness is compared to the average person. Yeah, that's it for me. Have a good day, everyone. Thank you for watching.